Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Marvel Rivals Oceanic Community Tournament. These are our Friday night tournaments that we're running. My name is Nuxel yet again, and I'm joined here with Jay Beto.
Jay Better, joined by the sock mic cover, the pop filter. I'm here, Nuxa, with you. I'm excited. I'm ready to watch some games. I'm keen. We're what is this? A week, 2 weeks now into season one. So I'm keen to see from our last cast, see how the meta, at least in OCE and these scrims, how it's shaping up, how the picks are coming through. I have heard some rumblings on some social media that Storm has a pretty crazy win rate in ranked right now. Don't know if that's going to translate over, but she has like a near 60% win rate, which if you know anything about hero or champion or god win rates, that's pretty crazy. Like 51% is pretty strong. She has like a 56, 57% win rate in all ranks. That's absurd.
Yeah, and now just like you said, after sort of that 2 week period, 1 2 week period that we're jumping in here, we've got a bit more time to allow these rank grinders to get
Yeah.
themselves more in line, flesh out this meta, see what they feel is going
Mm-hmm.
to be the best options here. So tonight we're running week one of our fortnightly tournament. So it's
Yep.
every Friday that we're running these, but today is going to be the first sort of bracket and losers brackets that get run,
Yeah, first
and then
half of the bracket.
semifinals. Yeah, first half, and then semifinals and finals. That'll get played next week. We'll catch them live, and we'll see who our winners are there. But tonight we've got Aquamarine versus Nexus is who we're going to be watching for round one. We've seen
Mm.
Aquamarine before. We saw them, I believe, last week.
Yeah, we did. We did see them last week. Just getting familiar with the rosters over here. Yeah, we saw. They did pretty well. I think, if I'm correct, that we are starting on looks like Empire of Night Midtown again. Could be wrong. That could get changed, but right now in the lobby that I can see, that would be really cool. Really exciting to see that map more. I'm hoping. Last week we didn't see too many crazy change ups from like I said, there was no Storm, there was no Reed, there was Invisible Woman there, but no Venom, even though he got a buff. I'm not saying that necessarily that's what they should be playing, but yeah, I'm keen to see if that has changed. It's been some time now. People have had hopefully a chance to play some stuff in ranked, play some stuff in other scrims, or at least just talk amongst each other about what they want to play. I've also heard that a triple support has been quite the terror in high elo, especially in EU and NA. So maybe we'll see some of that too.
Yeah, the pressure that you get from or that you receive on the other end of triple
Yeah.
healer, if played right and played well, it can be just very, very oppressive. And if you're good enough on these heroes to live and land your shots, the
Mm,
Mantis, the Adam Warlock, like heroes like
yeah.
that, even getting used to the Sue Storm stuff, displacement, and she can output
Yeah.
a fair bit of damage.
Mm,
Do you really need the extra DPS or the extra tank, or however you
mm.
like to play it? So I'm keen. Last week was scrims. This week we're actually playing towards something. These are the tournament matches, so we've had that week now for people to get settled in, and this
Hmm.
is gonna be what they feel is the best for what they're picking. So whether we see that kind of mirror matchup again
Yeah.
of whoever ends up coming on top, okay, we're just going to play the same thing. That's very traditional with hero shooters,
Yeah.
especially with Marvel Rivals. We saw that at the end of the last season's tournament, season
Mm.
0, with the finalists there with MR Pro and Invincible. But
Hmm.
yeah, I'm very curious. I'm very keen. I would like to see some Mr. Fantastic. We didn't see
Yeah.
him at all last week. But if Midtown is getting played, I'm so keen for that. Was
Yeah.
first map last week. If it is, it's going to be first map this week. So I think we're going to have a good start to tonight, anyways.
Yeah, I think I hope that we do. I really like the map. I really like the aesthetic of it. I just think it's pretty. It kind of works. I talked about this last week or last time, didn't we? That it's a unique kind of acting map. It acts uniquely compared to some of the other maps in this game specifically. Also, another thing that we didn't get to see last week, to my recollection at least, we didn't watch all the scrims, but the ones that we did watch, we didn't get to watch the Magneto plus Wanda with those buffs. So
Mm.
maybe, seeing something like that again. Wanda, not the best pick in, high level or at least organized play, just because consistent overtime, low damage doesn't really work out that well in, an organized environment, which is why I would be surprised to see Reed. I mean, I think that he's cool and fun. I would love to see it. But the fact that, especially against the triple healer comp, that if we are going to be seeing that, I think that he just can't do anything against them. You really need burst one-shot damage, regardless if that's from an ultimate like an Iron Man ult, or whether that's just from a Hela, some fast burst damage. I think that he can't do that at all. He has some control with CC, some protection from his team for his team, sorry, some frontline potential, but I mean, it's not as if this game is lacking in strong frontliners. Like I just said, Magneto, Strange still really strong at the top in my eyes. I mean, the Hulk team up did get nerfed, but I don't think that that's going to be enough to really take him out. I don't think they nerfed what was necessary from that. Maybe we just don't see Iron Man, but yeah, looking at these teams, looks like some people just haven't, I would imagine, just haven't been playing ranked. So that makes sense to me. Nuxel, looks like we're getting started.
Midtown will be your map here for the first round tonight for our OCE community tournament that we're running. So exciting. 2 weeks in a row of Midtown first map.
I'm keen.
It challenges people as well. This is the big thing.
Brutal.
It's a new mode for Marvel Rivals, and well, it's a new mode and a new map. So,
well,
like
the new mode is a casual mode. This is still the same competitive mode. It's just a convoy.
Yeah, exactly. We've been seeing the control point to the convoy. Now it's a full convoy the whole way. So this is. It's going to be something, like I said, regardless, that's challenging these players, getting used to this new map and sort of how it plays out. There's a whole section of the map where once stuff happens, okay, I can't actually destroy any of the walls, which is interesting.
Yeah.
So it's like Marvel Rivals have given us this taste of something, and now in this map they've pulled it away. But
I really
we're
like
seeing
it.
here the Hulk and Luna bands to start it off with.
Oh,
that makes sense.
Have tournament rules been added? Can we? I haven't checked. This is tournament bans right now.
Indeed, it is. Yeah. So we've got the Psylocke Protect.
I didn't know that.
Here for defense, and we know Aquamarine love their Psylocke. We saw that all of last week.
Strange Protect. So it looks like we're going to be seeing that. With the Hulk ban, I would be expecting Strange Magneto. What I could potentially imagine if we're going to be seeing a triple healer, triple support, triple strategist, that Magneto, Strange, Storm potentially, and then triple support, or even just the Wanda to pair with the Magneto. But Nuxel, Magneto banned. Black Panther also banned. I believe that. Oh yeah, Goldfried right now hovering that. So it looks like he's been playing that maybe in scrims. But I'm not going to talk about these picks until they actually get out onto the board. Obviously things can change. They're talking about it. That Venom hover gets me a bit excited. But again, not going to talk about it until we're in the game. I'm excited. I'm keen to see this first hold, the first stretch of this push, that opening spawn choke, the opening onto bookstore and the ambulance position on the second half. Some strong holds for defense for sure.
Very interestingly, we're seeing quite a similar conclusion for both teams in terms of their strategist and vanguards pickup here. We've got Cloak and Dagger on both sides. We've got the Rocket Raccoon on both sides, and then Doctor Strange and Groot. Never mind. And now we switch to the Adam Warlock. That's a triple support.
Very nice. I think not attack can obviously change until the last minute, but defense set in stone right now. Got the that Rocket Cloak duo. I think with the Luna ban, this is the most healing output in the game at the moment. Cloak just getting buffed, and I think with Magneto being banned, not a lot can one-shot the Cloak through her ult right now. Magneto does quite well into that, especially because she has to stand still for part of her ult if you're able to time it correctly. But look at this opening spawn hold, Nuxel. Just as I was saying, very brutal, hard to get through.
Lots of high ground to play around. Nexus hanging here at the back of this convoy. They just want to push it down, but also not just get left out in the open and take this damage for free. Pushing up forward, Star-Lord's getting the pressure off, but getting a lot of damage taken by Morbid Will. They'll be playing back, and they'll just be playing around this car. Pushing up, pushing back. Pushing up, pushing back. But Morbid
Yeah,
will be living for now. Looking for the first pick here. Tim Tam in a box is up forward. Good healing coming out. That's the Cloak and Dagger E's that keep consistently coming out. Doctor Strange getting picked off by Gold Fury to open this up here. Nexus having to fall back. And that's Aquamarine to pick up this up.
One pick doesn't matter. That rocket res just makes the pick non-existent. The rocket ult on top. But with these support comps, there's so much healing coming through. It's so difficult to chew through these comps. No one-shot potential, but a great catch might open up.
One pick down, and that's another, but it's Aquamarine that are going to be picking up all three of these. Doesn't matter now. No more reses. We're still near your spawn point, but we'll be holding this down, and they still have their Rocket Raccoon res.
Yeah, just the commit from the supports. So both rocket ults were used. But crucially, that Cloak and Dagger ult, just with the Groot walls, completely zoned in, can't escape that area of effect, healing plus damage. Now with the 4 charges. Demolishing the team.
Massive Strange ult right down. Morbid Will and Tim Tam in a box. They're picking up a 2-for-1 deal for Tim Tam, but 1 for Morbid Will. That's another res coming out.
Feels bad though, don't you think? Like, you're right in front of your spawn, getting a res off this Psylocke ult right now. Oh my god! That can
come out. She's just one-shotting and getting out of there. She'll just hold her ult.
This is the hold that I was talking about, Nukes. Star-Lord ult, Wolverine on top might have something to say about this opening hold, though.
Reses are around, but Legendary up in the air, getting 2 here. That's the res for the Cloak and Dagger, but they keep picking up more kills. Nexus falling ahead. Mr. Breach has been taken into the backline with the Wolverine, but a good Doctor Strange ult will pick up Hunt. 1 down and pushing forward, but Anti-Heal is on Sup here. He'll be falling back, and Smobu picking up 1 again, and they'll push up this cart.
Alright, they've opened up the first choke. Do they get another fight? Looks like... Oh, Strange Portal is going to get another touch.
Oh, patient is this Psylocke, wanting to get the kill out. But Psylocke ult will be coming out soon. Never mind, good Mantis today. Kills going in favor, both teams in a res. It looks like Nexus are holding this out quite well now that they've gotten that res, wanting to push this card out, and they'll be taking this fight in their favor.
I would like to say, Nukes, will have a look at Morbid Will's ult charge. 50%, what does that tell you? That's Sedate cancel the Psylocke ult. Perfect. Perfect. From Ness. What a name. Good name. Ness cancelling out the Psylocke ult.
Full stop Ness, thank you.
Oh, sorry, my bad. Is there like a pause before I have to Ness like that? Like a pause?
Sure.
No, I'm just talking a bit of trash here. Yeah, a great opening push. Took them a bit, but they broke through that hole. Now look at the way that this map plays differently. This high ground, the difference of this map. That can get rewound back, and the high ground can change. Wolverine into the back. Ulting, not going to find anything.
Good heals coming out. Mr. Breach will be picking up the first one onto Gold Fury, but he'll be getting res. Psylocke ult is in the back, picking up Ness. Sorry, full stop Ness. But there'll be a Doctor Strange ult in the back as well. Nexus falling forward. Cafune's able to pick up 1, and that'll be a res onto their Mantis. There's kills everywhere. Everything's happening, but Nexus are the ones that are coming out forward. They're wanting to pick off Morbid Will, stagger it a little bit, and they'll push up this cart.
A res came through for Mr. Breach, I believe. These names, Nixel, these names. There's Wolverine here. He got rezzed, but not enough. The sup diff, funnily enough, on the Doctor Strange. But opening pick onto the Moon Knight. Goldfrey falling down. Nice.
It's a big walk that you have to take. Smobu's picking up 1. He'll be getting taken down, but he can also res. Doctor Strange in back, falling without his team. And there's that res that we just mentioned as they take cart.
They committed the Rocket ult plus the Star-Lord ult there. Only to get 1. Star-Lord Smoblue falling down. He had his res, but they were able to buy enough space with those 2 ults to push. And now they've got quite a lot of space around that bottom of the choke there. Out of the danger zone, out onto this last main street. Got 2 more corners realistically to get around Nuxel. This first one, they're around it. And an opening pick, Hut finding. It's a good start.
Smashing the Achilles tendons on that Star-Lord, but a good ult into the backline will be cancelled out by this Mantis ult in return. Goldfree looking up and looking for picks.
Good high ground contention here. That peel
Oh, what just
my
happened in the
lord.
back line there? We missed it, but kills are all around. It's actually evened out just slightly, and Nexus have a bit of favor here. It looks like Aquamarine are able to hold them back, but that was a big burst just suddenly.
Yeah, Tim, I think, got 2 with his E there. That cleanse doing so much damage, but yeah, trades across the board. Looks like Aquamarine come out on top. Nexus, it's fine. Resetting. They've still got their Strange Ult and their Strange Portal to look from behind. This is creative. Let's see what this can get done.
Playing the high ground. The res is up. Morbid will be picking out the first one, though. High ground does not matter for this Psylocke. She knows how to do what she does best. And picking up another one on the Adam Warlock. Aquamarine pulling this all forward. And it'll be Nexus finally taking back a kill. They need this so badly. A minute 30 on the clock. Holding this choke point is Aquamarine. Can they do this? Nexus, it's Tinky Winky picking up Tim Tam in a box, and you don't want to see your tank falling. They'll be able to push up just even that slight bit more.
All the map has been reset, so different high grounds to test now. Nuxel ults around about even for this last corner. They're about to be around onto the last straight. This is a hard one to push. A minute on the clock. Maybe 1-2 fights left. Starlord ult's going to start it.
Ella looking for a pick. Wanting the Starlord, but Mantis is the one that's picking this up. Gold Fury taking down the Starlord in the air, but getting resets off. That's 2 kills for him. Make that 3. He's looking for more. Tim Tam in the box will be stealing 2 of them, though. Can he aim for the 6? No, he can't. Massive resets, but his team are taking his kills.
Oh, Nuxel, the portal strat to hopefully buy some time. Are they going to be able to walk through?
Oh, it's too late.
Looks like, yeah, you're right. Too late. Not going to do anything. But they only have 20 seconds to touch. And Sup's taking a lot of damage. They don't have many ults to touch here. More ults are out. The fight's starting.
Wolverine playing with fire, but Mantis in the backline. Cafune's able to pick off this Starlord. Good Doctor Strange ult. Mantis was up, but Mantis is down. Aquamarine holding this line here, taking down Tinky Winky. There's a res up, but it does not matter. Aquamarine playing this overtime so well. There's nothing that Nexus can do. They're holding this line, and it looks like they'll hold it well as the 0 mark ticks over, and we'll switch sides.
Very good hold there. You know, I've said before in previous casts, previous sets that we've watched, that pushing to 3 with 0 time is still good for defense. You still don't feel bad. You're like, okay, I mean, they capped, but they have no time. It was decent attempt from us guys. Now, they didn't even make it the full way. Let's see what Aquamarine have on offense. Are they going to change it up? And I think that Goldfrey looks so good on this Winter Soldier. I want him on it every day of the week. These ults, I mean, that Adam Warlock ult was going to go big. I thought, oh, wow, great Adam ult. The team fight's going to get flipped. But no, not at all. Again, armed and dangerous he was indeed, and multiple agains he got. Smoblue hovering the storm there, but choosing not to go with that. Potentially could be a map thing, Nuxel. Maybe even just teams not comfortable with that pick. Maybe it just isn't good outside of solo queue, outside of ranked. But, you know, right now, seeing a lot of this Strange still. Support lineups slightly different, but also much the same. We've seen Cloak before, we've seen Rocket before, we've obviously seen Cloak and Dagger, Mantis, Adam. No Luna, it's banned, but no Invisible Woman. I would say, I would say not surprising considering that there's no dive. I think that she's a very utility, protect, heal type of support. But we're opening here. A completely different look so far. Oh, bit of aim diff there. Bad luck, Morbid. Hey, he's shaking it off. Yeah, that's what you got to do that sometimes. You just got to go, oh man, my bad.
Shake it off, reset, get back into the game, and that's what Morbid will do.
They are
right here.
the Storm, Nuxel. Kafun on the Storm.
Something blue, something new. That's what we're seeing right here. And it might go off here. Aquamarine want to push this choke point. This is where we saw Nexus get hold a little bit longer. They look like they're having no trouble pushing back Nexus here.
Yeah, they're kind of no
pushed in the
contestant
back
right now.
Walled off, and Hunt's picking up that KO. That's first blood of this, but he'll be getting rezzed. But the tempo is in favor of Aquamarine.
Yeah, still around this next corner onto the last straight around ambulance right now. This cafe position getting contested from both teams, but I have Agamotto
picking up everyone, getting stunned. Shield doesn't matter. They're able to get 1 kill. Winter Soldier able to slam down, but not quite getting anything. They're getting pushed back a bit. Tim Tam in the box has fallen, but Morbid Will and Gold Fury are able to pick up 1 for each of themselves. Kills all around as they're picking up 2, actually. Smo Blue was able to take a counter, but doesn't quite matter as they push this card ahead.
That was beautifully played right there by Tim. Just gets the ult first. Look at how far away Sup is from his strange ult. They take control of Cafe on the left, past that ambulance. And now, look at that time, nearly 5 minutes. Again, we see the high ground contestation on this second point. Strange immediately contesting, but taking a lot of poke. Has to fall down. Storm's going to help, though, with this contestation on the high ground group. Wow, overextended. They dropped immediately, Nuxel.
Mr. Brage first to fall, but getting res from this Rocket Raccoon. They're kept in the fight, but Nestus has fallen. Aquamarine pushing forward. Groot ult is up. There's lots of damage, but there's even more healing with this Cloak and Dagger ult. They're pushing forward with kills on the board here. Do you need the aim on Cloak and Dagger? It doesn't matter. We'll take you down. And we still got some ults to play with still.
No need to shake that off. Just hold down left click. It's fine. But Nuxel, I have to feel a bit confused about the... Oh, good portal to block right there. Well, they're trying to recontest. Hold my point for later. They're behind them.
Behind them, playing around. Storm doesn't realize quite yet, but Smoglu's the one that's falling first. Good Eye of Agamotto. Can they take down Morbid Will? Yes, they can. They need this. She's been pulling up an absolute storm here. Excuse the irony and the play on words. But they'll be able to push towards this capture point.
Nice.
And they'll need this badly. 3 minutes 35 on the clock.
Hard to
We've got time to work with.
Hard to retake this. Both portals are down. We've got some ults in the bag for, or more in favor, much more in favor of Aquamarine, but still not nothing for Nexus coming up on their support ult soon. But Mr. Break off the Groot onto the Winter Soldier to match Goldfried. Can he do what he needs to do? Can he handle the pressure?
Oh, Eye of Agamotto, up and down.
Oh.
Good damage. Tim Tam in a box picking up 2, and Cafune is picking up 2 as well. Pushing down, make that 3. 3 for each of them, actually. That's 6 down, and that's the capture point.
I'd love to see the Rocket ult being used like that very aggressively and just instantly winning a fight. They managed to assault the Strange, doesn't matter. We're going to pop Rocket ult, and now these staggers are going to come through Nuxel. I'm looking at Goldfried. Oh, never mind. Morbid Will in the back.
Oh, playing around the healing point, but Ness is falling down. You are terrified if you are Nexus here. Goldfray and Morbid Will are just running your backline down. Mr. Bragg wanting to get a trade for his team. And the fight is just split, but good pull. Goldfray, can you finish it up?
Ooh.
Take a chance, take a bit of time to breathe, and you'll get a kill on your 1v1 counterpart.
Goldfried's on console. He doesn't miss. Doesn't matter. He doesn't need a PC at all. He's, so far, one of OCE's best
good
DPS.
Pull, Tiki Wiki in the back. Doesn't matter, though. Cafune is picking up 3-4! With the Storm ult! Aquamarine going massive! And that's Rocket Raccoon just closing it out here. They have the tempo to work with. Good Adam Warlock res, but Goldfury, he's here with his ult. And there's just so much damage happening on the back of Nexus here. There's nothing that they can do. They need to play back down to their spawn point, but look how much they've pushed up already. Eye of Agamotto right down. And there's nothing that Nexus can do. 1, 2, it doesn't matter. 0.99 meters, and that's game 1 for Aquamarine.
Dominant showing for them. Honestly, their ult usage, their team fighting, their positioning on defense was very, very strong. You really saw in my eyes that second point, the difference between these two teams on positioning and where they choose to take their fights. Nuxel on that second point in the it's Grand Central Station. That's where that is. And they're playing up on the high ground when on defense, Aquamarine is. On defense Nexus time, they start playing up there. As soon as they get contested, they're a little worried about the cart. They immediately drop down as 5. Groot's too early. He dies off first. Rez is gone. They grouped up on the high ground. They no longer have their positioning. Now the Storm can dominate even more than she was before. I thought the Storm looked really good, actually. They didn't run it on defense, but they did run it on offense to get some more, I'll say, leeway in the fights, a bit more options, mostly in damage boosts for some of these poke-centered fights to chew through the support ults. Maybe that's what we need to be seeing. If they're going to be running triple support, just play Rocket and play Storm. Just double up on the damage boost and just kill everybody. Kill them through. But a good showing. I think for both teams, I think there's, things that you aren't super happy with, but you're not unhappy with others if you're Nexus. So I'm keen to go game 2 and, reset. Still got one more on the tank. You need to play 2 more to win. So I'm keen. I'm ready for this next game.
Yeah. I mean, you've got clips of highlight reels of your Aquamarine there, Caffeine going absolutely huge there. Playing it smart though, and then just going massive right at the end. But yeah, I agree with you. Storm really helping out with the aggression that Aquamarine wanted to put forward into the game when they were playing the offense on that convoy. Defense, they wanted to play a bit more traditional.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what we saw. We saw that Groot initially, and then there was a switch back to triple DPS, and it went really big.
I
Not
agree.
obviously the Storm then, but still they held their mark and they didn't let Nexus push to the final point. They didn't let them go to overtime,
Yeah.
and they were able to close out the game.
Yeah, I
Very
think
sorry.
I think as well, something that I want to highlight for Aquamarine is the way that they, after they cap points, they aren't sitting back and they aren't kind of waiting for the fight to come to them. They're always pushing out so that they can get the better position. I think really on third point after the third capture, when they got to third point, that's when it really showed me everyone respawned, and that could have been a really bad fight for them. The entire team was up the top of the hill, and they were at the bottom of the hill. And that's a very hard fight to take, especially when you don't really have any flanking heroes available. I mean, sorry, they did have the Psylocke, but other than that, the Storm, you want to be probably with your team using the buff. The Winter Soldier, the same thing. The Strange, the same thing. You don't want to be flanking on those. But instead of kind of playing on the low ground and taking the disadvantage fight, they just send their entire team up the hill, kill them all, push out around the first corner, and by the time you get your next fight, remember that point starts at the bottom of that hill, at the end of Grand Central Station. It's gone all the way up and around the first corner before you even get that second fight. That's something that I really want to see continued from them, and maybe something Nexus can open up to, because I felt like they got stuck on some of those corners, especially in that first point. But yeah, I'm very keen. I believe it's going to be, it's Yiggsguard. This is the domination map, I believe. Yes, it is.
Yeah, Royal Palace. I want to
Bit of a
quickly
different look.
just on back on what you were saying about Midtown. It's
Mm,
interesting, right? Like in that second CP there, it almost feels like when you go into like that dip there, like just before that,
yeah.
it almost feels like where the CP should be.
Yeah, I know what
At
you're
least in
saying.
my mind, like it's like when I first started playing that map, it was like, oh, CP done, and then you look up at the bar and you're like, oh, hang on, I got to take it a little bit further.
Have to keep going.
Yeah, and then you got to go down the hill right to the bottom, and you're pushing up. Quite a
Yeah, that
difficult battle.
Yeah, that one can be really hard, but I think Aquamarine showed us how to do it. Just run at them.
Yeah,
And they ran at them
tempo.
that first point as well. Their defense, they were holding them at their spawn. They were holding Nexus at their spawn for multiple minutes, at least 2 minutes straight. On offense, no, they aren't playing like that. They're sprinting directly out, playing the Storm, playing the high ground, pushing you straight back into Cafe behind that ambulance position. And they did more damage. Like, what can I say? They got the Strange ult first. They got their Rocket ult. They comboed, and you just fall apart when that happens. It was 20% behind. I think Sup was 20% behind. But Nuxel, we can talk about last game all we want, but we've got the next game starting. So let's lock in for this next one.
We do indeed, and like you said, Royal Palace, Yiggsguard, domination. I love my domination maps. I think they're so fun to watch, especially
Yeah.
in high tier. I think there's just it changes up the traditional play style sometimes. If if you want to cook.
Tell me what you
And-
think about this.
Okay.
Thinking about domination maps as a tack shooter more, where it's a site that you take, and then when you're trying to fight, you have to retake the site, as opposed to a massive constant brawl that you would typically see in ranked. The Star-Lord and the Starlock both banned, so are gonna have to be seeing something different from Morbid Will this game. But I think that's what we see, or what I've been seeing from higher level play in this game, other games essentially, doesn't end up being one massive fight. It's about a retake, rotating around, trying to poke and prod, find the positions, and find an opening to essentially just exec onto site. But Magneto protected.
And the Doctor Strange. We're getting definitely a more traditional draft here in terms of tanks.
Maybe a
we
Hulk
obviously saw the
ban?
Hulk ban last round, so I wonder if one of the teams choose to pick it up here.
This is telling me Nexus is much more confident.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah, there it is. The Nexus is much more confident on the Magneto because they're projecting it, and maybe not as comfortable on the other tanks other than the Strange, hopping off the Groot. The Groot didn't look as strong as it could have, in my opinion, with a lot of those close quarters. Morbid Will hovering the Storm, would love to see that, absolutely. But yeah, Mr. Breach straight onto that Magneto. No Wanda team up as of right now. I'm not going to lie, Nuxel, other than the Rocket, we have seen a bit of Cloak when Luna was banned, but other than this Rocket, the comp from Nexus is kind of exactly the same as last patch. On the other hand, the Storm really... I said this to you previously, Storm Thor Brawl might be peaked. Like, in a meta where Storm is better, where you have the space. I think that Rocket, Cloak, and Dagger has enough healing and utility, to be honest, to keep the Thor aggressive with the damage buff, the healing aura. He loves to fight and brawl on the Cloak and Dagger, like mist, I guess is what you would call it. But we're starting on archives here. This is a tough one. You two talk quite often about, how hard this point can be for teams. How rough.
Well, there's a very particular way I believe is best to play it, and I don't see it happen as often as I'd like to. And that's when you get the point. You don't want to play on that point. You want to play up. That's not where the choke is anymore. You want to play up at that door where that's the only place that the other team have to walk through. You got things to work with. You have the advantage. Make it work.
Both teams on this high ground, using the Storm to its advantage. Morbid Will finding an opening pick.
Morbid Will showing that he's not just a Psylocke main. He can do other things, and 2 picks will show us that. Caffeine in the back there. He'll be picking up this Doctor Strange, and that's massively opening up this point to capture it first.
I love the Storm Thor. I think it's so aggressive. It allows the Strange to do stuff like this as well. I know that... Rough.
No.
Can't get through that.
Okay.
Oh, nearly.
Mobloo caught out. The Raven's not small enough to fit through that hole.
Why can't I fade through? I'm keen to see how this Thor goes. Nearly has his ult neutral. That is very quick. Support ult coming through as well. Kaifa has rocket ult.
Falling out down the bridge. Jumping up. He wants to play here. Ult almost coming up, and we've got some support ults to work with, but Morbid Will, again, is the first person to be opening this up. We've got the res again, but Goldfrey is able to get another one for his team. Aquamarine showing the dominance that they had in the last game, and that's Thor ult up, and he is down onto Smoblue. Yet again, he falls, but this time on the Punisher, as we get some support ults to keep up this aggression.
Wow. I've got to say just wow. I think this is so aggressive and so fast-paced. I know we saw what I would say is a really fun, creative look in the MRC, in the Marvel Rivals Cup Season 0 Asia, with the, the double bubble bond comp that we saw many, many games that couldn't be beaten. And I'm happy to see this brawl, fast comp as a bit of a change-up.
Yeah. It's what I like as well, and domination couldn't be more perfect.
I agree.
But Nexus, they're able to push onto this point, and that's going to be a pick and a res, so they can still play around this and work with it, and the tanks are low. Mr. Brack is killing Caffeine here onto point. It's a res, but Tinky Winky again picking up one. Morbid Will is down, and that's not what Aquamarine want to see. They've picked up this point and are able to get as much percentage as they can now as they hold.
I think, good retake from Nexus. Oh, that's a rough stagger. That is a brutal stagger. Retaking aggressively without the rocket could be a big mistake here, Nuxel.
Oh, that's an ult down. Sup being able to close this out. They got the pick, but maybe they committed too much to this hold.
Maybe, but you are continuing to stagger along. You see Goldfried has to jump off the map so that he isn't staggered again. This is going to be 50% guaranteed before the next touch comes in, and they still have ults to work with. However, Aquamarine now have theirs, and the portal is coming through.
Up and down, they're still around this choke. They're falling down, but Morbid Will is getting a pick onto the backline. Cloak and Dagger down in res, but Godfrey is ulting down to Twinkie Winky and Smoblue. That's 2 DPS down. Can he pick up the third here? You can see the controller turns around, but Caffeine will be able to finish off this tank. That's Magneto down, and so is Ness and Sup. And the trade back of point will be in favor of Aquamarine.
Nuke, so that's first sub-map done. There's no touch, even with Portal, 90%. Now let's have a look at these ults for the next push. We've got many for Aquamarine. Nexus have some too. We're going to be coming up on the Cloak and Dagger ult, the Namor ult soon, as we take a quick intermission. Bifrost Garden on the next. I think that the speed, the aggression, the pressure that this comp is giving Aquamarine right now is very unmatched, I will say, by Nexus. And I'm very hesitant to understand how do I word this? The lack of wanting to play Storm. Like, I don't know how else I can put it. The Storm Thor looks really aggressive and looks really strong, and I'm not necessarily saying you have to mirror that to... I love this point, by the way. It's so beautiful. Very fun map. I'm not saying you have to mirror it, but I'm not seeing the answer as of right now from the Namor, from the Punisher. I think that's what the Brawl wants to be speeding at, wants to be running at. But we'll have a look. Got a Black Panther swap from Goldfried, no longer on that Winter Soldier. Let's see if he can look even better this time.
This is Nexus's chance, though. I believe that the comp that they're trying to play, if there's a map to make it work, it's probably this map. Keep it open, pick it out, and then hold up front and just, like, run down your damage. But Punisher getting the first pick onto Morbid Will here. They'll be getting res. Almost fell down there, but the healers were good. And they look like they'll be taking first capture on this point. And this is the position that they need to be in. They want to chuck out their damage and deny this aggression on the enemy team. Dr. Strange is just looking past, and he'll be Eye of Agamotting and getting 2 kills onto the support. There are trades, but that's only 1 support down for Aquamarine, so they have the heals to work with and get this point back for themselves for the first time here.
Hut surviving there is so crucial to that team fight getting flipped, because if it was a support for support trade, it might not go that way. Ness having their ult available that would have been teamfight winning if he had lived the Strange ult. If he had ulted before it came across, but Nuke were already getting ready for this next fight. Smoblue falling down early. No res, no. Scratch that. Is res, so just an even fight right now. But next pick will be for real.
Ooh, up and down. Morbid Will. Heals are good, but so much damage coming out of the Storm. The Lightning's good. And that'll be Goldfree picking up the first one. But Thor's up and down and picking up 2 for himself. It's 2 for each. Gold Fury and the Thor. And Morbid Will's cleaning it up here, as well as this Black Panther on the Namor. And they'll want to fall back to point and not be caught out.
I'm loving this Thor ult plus Storm combo. Portal is going to be coming in to next to statue behind. Can this Portal get anything done? Or is this near the last fight?
55% on the marker there at the top of the screen. We've got the ults coming out to try and keep people alive. Ness is picking up 1 onto this Thor. Gold Fury's getting a trade onto Twinkie Winky, though. Tinky Winky, sorry. And Tim the Tim Bug. I'm so sorry. Storm ult going big and lots of damage coming out, but Aquamarine are going to be coming out on top here. 75% they've got. Do Nexus get another touch?
I mean, maybe now's the time to change the Storm. You can have a look. Smoblue has changed the Storm to try to get that speed boost back to point. Or Nuxel 85%. It's not looking good. Can they finally break? Can they break for one more time? They need a touch.
Him in misses. Oh, there's nothing coming out. Magneto good to hold that, but Morbid Will's picking up one onto Tinky Winky yet again. It's a tale as old as ages, as we see here. And that's 2 picks again for Aquamarine. Nexus are falling one by one as we're going into overtime here. There's good damage, but not the players to work with. Tinky Winky's far enough away that this is going to be both maps for Aquamarine, and that'll be game of round 1 in favor of them as well. They'll be pushing into the upper bracket.
They will. I think that was a dominant, utterly dominant performance from them. I think that I don't want to say the meta read. I don't like saying the meta always when patches coming out all the time. Like, this isn't the best of the best of the best thing you could possibly play, but that read of the metagame at the moment felt much better for Aquamarine than it did for Nexus. Maybe back to the drawing board, have a look at the Storm. Maybe not so much value on this Magneto. Maybe it's just a player diff. Sometimes it is really hard to tell. Support seemed to be, got it down, the Cloak and Dagger plus this Raccoon. A lot of healing coming through. But, Nuxel, we're going to jump into a 5-minute break shortly, but what are your thoughts on the Thor Storm? Are we pro? Are we happy to see it? We want some more of that? Or maybe just an Aquamarine thing?
I'd like to see more of it. I love the aggression, and especially on domination, and I'm glad that they made it work. Maybe not with the Thor, but I'm glad that they make it work in Midtown with the Storm. I think from what I was seeing in some of the gameplay, I saw a Doctor Strange freely go up and down Eye of Agamotto onto the back line of Nexus. There wasn't a support ult used. It feels like they could have been taken down before he got down. So, like, hard to say without watching just a point of view of one individual player and seeing exactly from that. It was more of a top-down that seemed like, maybe it was just the picks, but I think Aquamarine, as well as the picks, just played it very well. Played to the gaps that they were able to siphon through into Nexus's, the cracks in their armor and their wall that they were trying to hold on some of these points. And they made it work. They made it work on the Psylocke, they made it work on the Storm, and they made it work on the Thor as well. And it was very impressive.
Well, Nuxel, we're going to have to find out after a short break if other teams are going to be playing similar things or if it's just an Aquamarine. We will see you guys in 5 minutes. Don't go anywhere.
Hello again, ladies and gentlemen. We are back to very soon jump into our round two match. But
Yeah.
Jay Beto, let's have a quick look at the bracket
Mhm, mhm.
of what's been going on so far in round one.
Yeah, well, we only got to see, that one match, but so far round 1, the first match, Chalk It beat Basement Dolls 2-0, Nugs beat Latvera's Legion 2-0, and Pawn Stars vs Xavier Hope is still ongoing. Looks like that is tied 1-1, so going to have to wait for that to be fully updated. Um, yes, I believe, yes, that's correct.
Yeah, we'll be waiting.
So,
We'll be waiting for Chocolate and Nugs to get ready because I believe we're keen to get straight into that. But we've also
yeah.
got that match that is still getting played. They're
Mhm, mhm.
probably about halfway now as we are talking. But exciting to see it. Like there's only one game going to three matches, 2-0 all around. So this upper bracket might make a bit of a showing here.
Yeah, I haven't seen Chalk It or Nugs so far because, last time we casted it was Aquamarine and it was Basement Dwellers.
Yeah, we were able
So
to
I'm
get
keen to
familiar
see,
with some of the names, but these will all be new to
yeah,
us.
maybe we might remember some from Pugs at the early days of the OCE Marvel Rivals scene, but probably going to be some new ones as well. I'm very excited to, yeah, see what these teams are going to be playing. Are we going to be seeing the same stuff? Is it going to be anything different? Who knows?
If you're going to
Again,
call out an absolutely random hero that we haven't seen at all tournament, all scrims, everything that we've witnessed here on
Venom.
Nemesis Productions, Venom?
I'd like to see some Venom.
Like to see some Venom. Okay, okay.
I think with Luna banned, I know that it can be rough into the back line. I understand that like the problem with Venom is that like his team up with Spider-Man is great, but Spider-Man's really hard. It's one of those things like why would I put time into Spider-Man when I can just play Hela and just kill everybody? Um I think that yeah, again, there's not really any supports that can help him. Like Luna kind of can, but if Luna's getting banned every game like we're seeing, people are just kind of saying no, we just don't want it anymore. It's just dumb. We don't like it. 12 seconds of immortality is stupid. There's too much healing output. I'm happy. You know what? I'm not complaining to not see her. But yeah, I think if I wanted to see something, it would be Venom. But I don't think we're going to just because of how much better the other tanks are. Strange, Magneto, Hulk are so much better, and he doesn't really have an off tank to go with him, like another dive hero. I don't think Cap Venom's that good. Penny with the team up is not that good either. Hulk's banned, so no supports to really assist him on the dive. But that would be my answer.
Mine, I said before before the last game started, and I'll say it again. I want to see Mr. Fantastic. I think
Yeah,
I
maybe.
think I'm just interested to see how some of these high level players are going to be playing him. Like his kit, being able to pull people together, uh, being able to block damage, some very crazy plays that could happen for that. Especially because we've been seeing, at least during the tournament of season 0, we did see that Iron Man and Bruce Banner get played together. So,
Yeah,
I mean, we saw in the trailer of Mr. Fantastic him blocking Iron Man ult.
that
So,
would be dope.
that'd be some pretty cool stuff. There's a lot of things that I think can very interestingly happen. I'd be interested to see if anyone like solo tanks and plays Mr. Fantastic as like a hybrid kind of thing.
Yeah,
These are duelists. They're not like just DPS characters. They're not just, like
yeah. Well, with
just
roll
damage
lock,
characters or
with
whatever.
sorry, with
Like
no roll lock.
yeah, exactly. With no role, like it's a duelist. He goes in and duels, and when he does, he becomes this big tank guy with 800 health, and just keeps smacking you. And if you got healers to work with, then like I think like Mantis damage buff plus keeping him alive. There's a lot he
Yeah.
can do.
All right, water check, posture check. Fellow gamers, if you're tuning in, make sure you're staying hydrated. Make sure you're sitting up straight. Don't hurt your back. But yeah, I think like I've said a few times, like I just said then, with no roll lock, the roles kind of blur together. This game as well, I'll say that at least for right now. Again, I have to keep remembering this game is like 1.5 months old. It is so new that roles haven't really been established. I mean, there's still things like projectile DPS, hit scan DPS, things like that. There's still the idea of like main versus and an off tank, right? Who's going to be taking majority of the aggro, who's going to be using their tools to help others. Think of like a Magneto bubble or specifically like a Hulk from is my eyes, kind of using his tools to protect. But Nuxel, been yapping for too long. What's new? We're jumping into our next game. Spider Islands, another convoy map. So
Yeah, this is one of your favorite maps,
yeah,
I
I love
believe.
this.
Tokyo 99.
Hell yeah. I love the aesthetic of this. So this map, I mean, I know we both like Midtown, new map, fun, but yeah, I love the high ground on the first point specifically. This first opening point around these houses. So it's again very different, very unique to some of the other points and points we've seen in other games. It plays, yeah, in its own way. I really like that. Magic Band. Speaking of playing in its own way,
So this is interesting, right? This is new teams that, like, I can see a few characters that
I see five
characters,
Lunar
a few
Snows.
people that like are a little bit familiar, but not anyone that like that. These are new teams, so there's new
Yeah.
people main certain things. There's new priorities, possibly. I mean,
Ooh,
the Lunar Protector's
Lunar
out here.
Protect. Maybe Venom? No, I'm joking. The only name that I'm familiar with here is Faye. I've seen them in the Marvel Rambles OCE Discord. I'm sure that we can drop a link to that in chat if, for some reason, people in this chat are not
Ooh,
in. Storm
okay.
Protector. I love it. I'm happy to
Yeah.
see that.
We're starting to form this meta. So Nug's on red side, Chalkit is on blue side here. Make a picture in your mind of who's on
All
what
right.
team, but
Faye,
Psylocke ban as well. They don't want any of this
chalk it.
backline dive.
All right. Yep, you are correct. So, going to be more brawly, less dive. So, I like the flanking options being limited. Still have Black Panther that option, but could even be banned away here. Likely to see even a Hulk, I would imagine, on this first opening section of the map.
Yeah. No
But I
tank bans
also,
or protects.
yeah, I also wouldn't be surprised to not see Hulk because he is pretty hard. You kind of have to be a Hulk player, in my opinion. I mean, I know that he is really, really strong, very valued, and we can see some Hulk hovers coming through. Already, we can see a
Ooh,
different style coming through with the Iron Man Nuxel.
some Sue Storm as well.
Oh, okay, never mind. There it is. I was going to say that we talked about this before about when you protect something and then don't play it, can be a massive it's a bit of a head scratcher for me. But we do see the Storm getting locked in for Bilby. And you are right, Sue Storm got a triple DPS lineup, different to what we've seen in our last set for attack so far. But again, that can be changed until they walk out. So instead, I'm going to talk about the defensive comp. Just a standard 2-2-2 for now. We've got that Gamma team up. We've got all three of those. The Star-Lord without the Atom is a bit confusing to me. But that high ground congestion coupled with the Lunar Snow makes a little bit more sense. Now, Sue, much harder to heal these flyers. Keep an eye out for that. Not hit scan and no aim assist on those heals, so can be hard. But the shield mid-air for the Iron Man to help those 1v1s. Keep an eye out for that too. That is very potent in these sky duels. All getting aggressive, but a bit of poke damage so far, Nuxel.
Eyes, ears, and everything open here if you're Sue Storm. Trying to keep your flyers alive. Pushing forward here are these shields from the Hulk and the Doctor Strange here. Hulk getting low, being pushed back into spawn. We're seeing Nugs getting very aggressive here. And they're actually the ones that are able to push forward.
Already on this first corner, halfway, as it said, this uphill battle like we've talked about earlier tonight, can be difficult. Open the Malice skin. Opening pick there, finally onto this Wolverine. No res, no raccoons. That's a +1.
Vashon, first one to pick up a kill here in the game. We've got the Iron Man still flying around, trying to get kills in press peak. Picking up one into Faye, sorry. The healers are up, the healers are around. Bruce Banner is falling into his human form here. Sue Storm ult up. Lots of healing and displacement with that invisibility up. And a blocked Iron Man ult will be coming out here. Good eye of Agamotto just to push forward and kill this Sue Storm. And Luna ult is up as well. In defense also. Good stuns all around, but it'll just be getting sustained by both Reverbed Fart and the KFC Man.
Wait, those are some goated names. Finally, some picks coming forward.
Yeah, Chalk it, able to push back and hold it just that little bit more.
Oh, Wolverine has to fall into passive. Does fall down. The Staggers are coming through. Nuxel. Slowly but surely, this is a team fight win. On the defense. Ultimate's looking okay for both teams. Nothing too crazy. The support ults now no longer in action, but XL0 going to be the first one in that department. Haven't seen much action from this Storm, Nuxel. Very quiet game so far from her, but doesn't mean much.
Pushing out the damage, but Faye's picking up 2 with Legendary. Make that 3, and he's opening up the defense here for his team. That's an absolute deicide there. And even more held point will be happening on this card.
Chalk it, their defense has been strong. Only another minute left. This higher ground control is too strong for them. Faye, although fell down earlier in a previous fight, is able to get a triple kill with their ult. Storm struggling to get active. Oh, that
Iron Man ult blocked and taken down. The KFC manager was the one to pick up that final kill. And a halting Hulk is in your backline, picking up that return kill. But Namor ult is here, not picking up too much. Just a bit of damage as Faye picks up Storm. And the fight ensues as DeSolo taking down this Sue Storm. And Chalk are holding this really well.
Now the support ult's coming back for both teams. This next fight is going to be difficult for the likes of Storm to really do anything with their ult, but an aggressive ult from the KFC manager might be a mistake, Nuke. So let's see how this fight pans out. Eye of Agamotto looking.
He's up and he's down, but he won't be picking up anything in his ult. Eye of Agamotto not being able to get too much as they're getting pushed back. Nugs are wanting to use this Groot ult. He's looking around, but Fashon is picking up this non-ulting KFC manager now. Picking up another onto Bibli and going into this Sue Storm ult just to get the rest of the kills. He's picked up 3 for himself and even more coming out. Make that 4. Reverb Fart falls down from the Groot. That's 5 kills there for Vashon, and they'll be holding it out very close to spawn against Nugs.
Wow, that was a really strong hold, I will say. It looked a bit dicey there on the opening couple of corners, but once once the cart got to that uphill, it started to fall apart. Weren't able to get access, Nugs were. Really good hold for Chalkit. Now, let's see what they can do on offense. Are they going to change anything up? So far, looks like no. Bilby on this Storm, Nuxel. Protected. Use their protect for this. I haven't really seen anything from this Storm so far. Morbid Will in the previous set fighting so many openers. Can we get a tab press, Mr. Production, please, so we can have a look? Some of the damage coming through. I mean, the numbers don't really tell you the story right now because it's hard to tell other than the kills and the elims. So, you know, I've got to just say a bit of a team coordination diff, I would say, Nuxel. Maybe not being able to find these last hits. Not being able to find the burst damage enough. And hopefully that can change on defense here for Nugs. Storm still has a lot of high ground potential.
We've seen how the last set, how Aquamarine were able to play this Storm on the offense and make it work so much. But now, for the first time today in a map like this, we're seeing it on the defense.
Yeah.
See how that gets
Hope
picked
skin.
up in contestion here against on the other side. Very similar game plan we see for Chalk It here, just in and out with this
that
hold.
shield.
But Faye is the one that are looking for these opening picks. Dr.
Oh,
Strange doing a
careful.
lot of damage.
5
The
health.
KFC manager will be picking up one onto Vashon. It's Nugs here, able to hold out with one pick and lots of low hells on Chalk It so far. The sustain is there for Nugs, and they're wanting to hold this badly. There's not far that this cart needs to push for it to go through. Chalk It are back into this fight. And they've got
Not
the damage
far
to work with.
to go. Oh, Invisible Woman ult right there. Is the healing enough? Looks like it is. Luna ult though, Nuxel. Let's stall this fight out a little longer.
Lots of support. Oh! Vashon picking up 3 and 2 more for his team. That is Chalk It with 5 kills in total and closing out this game with only 2 minutes 44 left on that clock.
That was
very
a
quick
fast
game.
push. Wow. Man, that ult. I was so sure that was blocked. You know, Luna ult was going off. It was going to stall out a little longer, but triple kill for him. The fight falls apart after that. And you're absolutely right. That's game 1. Still got another one. But that was very, very promising.
Vashon having a great showing there. The gamma buff for
Final
both
blows.
the Doctor Strange and the Iron Man there. We can see how much damage they did with that team up ability. Just getting the utmost value out of that. And Faye as well, I gotta say, was getting some pretty decent picks in contestation of Vashon. But Vashon, definitely gotta say that he was the highlight player there that game.
Yeah. I mean, it is obviously pretty easy to say, you know, oh, look, he got the final hit. I think Faye had some very, very standout fights. Got picked once, I think, at the beginning of a fight. It looked a bit dicey, but the team was able to stall out long enough for them to come back, have an impact in that triple kill with the legendary, whatever that ult's called.
We'll call it legendary.
A legendary. Looked very, it was a very strong hold, and I don't want to harp on it, but I felt like the team comp was a bit, maybe the team comp was not suited for Storm. You know, the Hulk doesn't really, it's not the Thor. I know that the high ground contestation is there, but when you go high up as Storm, the AoE for your buff is no longer on the floor, or it's a very small circle. So you really want to be closer to the floor, brawling, rather than taking these massive sky duels, the Iron Man and the Star-Lord that we saw on the other side played much, much better in that aspect than the Storm ended up doing. Nux, it looks like we are going to the other Spider-Man map, Tokyo 99 Spider Islands this time. So this is
I'm not
the
complaining
hybrid
there.
map.
The
Yeah,
Spider-Man Island, the Spider-Man Islands is what we're seeing, but the Spider-Man maps is what I'm trying to say. Goated. I love them. They're so much fun to play. They're so much fun to look at, and I'm just keen to get through these different maps one by one and see what these teams are prioritizing on each of them.
Well, it looks like this lobby is getting closed, but it doesn't even matter. I love the kind of cyberpunk feel. You know what I'm saying? Maybe it's not a cyberpunk, but like the futuristic city kind of vibe that these maps have got going. I guess it is called, 2099 Shin Shibuya, so makes sense to me at least. That's kind of the vibe that the maps are going with. I haven't really, I don't know too much about the comics involving the story. Obviously, an alternate universe in the future, at least.
Mm.
But yeah, I'm a big fan of some of the map designs, and specifically these ones, and obviously Midtown. But both of us like Midtown, so
Yeah, it's just again fun to watch, see how people are prioritizing different things, and this Storm seems to be prioritized a fair bit. We will counteract what we said before, because now it looks like it is actually Hell's Haven that is getting played. So that is a Hydra map, Winter Soldier map, and
It's
it
a
is
domination.
also another domination map. So
Convoy domination.
good for me. That I love those. I love those. I
Yeah.
said it before and I'll say it again.
It's definitely a different play style to how you approach the fights. The ultimate, specifically in this game, Nukes, or something that is quite different is the ults carry over in between rounds on domination.
Yeah.
So, that can sometimes honestly just be a bit of a mental gap. Like if you use your ult when you don't need to, and then you don't have it for the next round. If you save an ult because you really want to use it on the next, to win the opening fight, and then you lose the fight, the current one, because you chose not to ult. Those decisions can be rough. It's not just like, okay, last fight, send all your ults. No, you might have another one. And if it's only the first round, you definitely will. I think this map, I think it's got one of my favorite sub maps. I can't remember, Eldritch something or other, the cave one with the lava, moves up and down.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's one of my favorite sub maps on the domination points. There's not too many in this game at the moment, but that's probably my favorite one. I love the flanking patterns. I love the high ground. I love how it changes too.
Yeah, I mean that's another thing that's worth considering. Not only do you have with domination maps as a whole the thought of, do I use my ult? Do I save it for next map? What am I going to get more value with? But it's also okay, how do we position here with the comp that we have in, when we commutatively reach 50% between both the percentage of the enemy and our team, the map's going to change. So how are we going to play this? Are we going to play up and just ignore it at all? We're just going to play, like, specifically in that cave map, do we just play up on the high ground? But then that sometimes, unless you can get some decent picks, it leaves the point just completely open. Now,
Yeah.
I'm not saying that you can't just full send it and just jump straight onto them, because that is fun to do. But is that going to be the best thing to do? Well, that's up to these teams.
Oh, well, Nixel, have a look at what they're hovering right now. That's a Reed Richards.
That's
Could have
what
been
I
fun.
like.
Could have been fun, but we'll see.
We'll see. Maybe they've heard me. This is
Ooh.
maybe
Yeah, they
Chalkit has
tuned
been
in.
watching the stream. They're up a map and they're like, all right, I'm gonna do this for Nuxel.
Yeah, you're that goat for sure. But Hulk being banned away, not wanting to play against that, maybe map specific, but I think Hulk does better on Spider Islands maps. So maybe not opting to play that again. Weren't super happy with that getting through. Magic protected this time. So going to be a different look. Could see the Storm being protected again for Bilby here. But is he willing? Are they willing to play that again? Maybe with a Thor this time, with the Magic on their side. That's a bit of a Brawl-esque comp. And the Storm
Ooh.
is protected.
Again. I'm keen to see where this Magic ends up sitting, because we saw it banned like straight away last game.
Yeah.
So I especially on a map like this, like a domination maps like this, Magic is, to me, so much fun on these maps. So I think it could go up.
Pick your hero or villain. I'm not judging.
I'm not going to talk too much about these comps until we fully see them out the gate, because that is a wonder with no Magneto at the moment. So I'm assuming that that's not going to be happening. Again, one of these things, I need to see this Storm coming out. If you protect it, you don't play it, is it really worth protecting? Is it just a bait? Maybe you wanted the hell instead. But Nixel, Strange available, Portals potentially used, and it looks like we do see Timu on that Strange. The rocket pack's being used by Chalkit right now. I expect to see more teams use that as we get further into this game, although it is just 25 extra health. That can be the difference in some cases, but in others, I mean, it really is kind of negligible at a certain point.
Indeed, as we're breaking out 5 seconds to the first map. And this is not one that I usually see as the first map, I feel like, when I'm playing. It's usually the second or third, so we're jumping straight into with the teleport and the Wolverine as well for Nugs here.
Chalkit having that Magneto, no strange. They do have the Adam Warlock team up.
Adam Warlock up and around, and the first kill will be going for him. Faye is falling down, and Wolverine's around and doing a lot of damage there at full charge. Bibli picking up one onto DeSolo, and the Groot just able to chuck down his walls, get those melees out, but also deny the space that Chalkit need to get back into this point. Faye's dancing around on half health, and Nugs are the ones with the tempo here on the point.
Chalkit trying to get aggressive over there on that outside window. Nothing found yet, but a great opening fight. Getting closer. Oh, pick onto Faye. That's no res for Faye. They used that earlier. It's going to be a numbers disadvantage. Potential just to back out for Chalkit. Wait for Faye to rejoin. Some farming the ults, but potentially looking for a fight despite being down.
All ults are up and ready, and Mantis will be popping the first one here as DeSolo gets a kill onto the Groot. Bibli dancing around, sees the Sue Storm ult, as well as Luna, wanting to make something work, but can't quite yet. Pulling this Magneto out of the Luna ult, and Eye of Agamotto in the back, as well as Groot ult here. Good CC, but there's no damage follow-up until we see Vashon getting a kill onto the KFC manager. And it looks like Chalkit are picking up the kills that they need to carry out this point, but it's not going out without a fight. Vashon here picking up another for himself. Press peek on the Namor, is able to get the trade as DeSolo picks up Timu. DeSolo picking up another one under press peek. Make that 3 on to the Groot. That's a triple kill for him, and the point traded over.
Change over onto the Stranger Strong. Now he has his ult available. Nuxel, that fight was won for Chalkit, but 74% for Nugs.
74% is a long way to make it up. It did not even feel that long.
Yeah,
but in the midst
for a long
of fighting, it makes that whole difference. And Eye of Agamotto is up. Wow. He got shielded so he wouldn't get cancelled there. 2 picks for Chalkit. Up, down into the back line. Namor ult is up, but he doesn't have the health to work with as Chalkit keep running down and getting picks.
Now that's what they need to keep up this percentage. That's going to put them near 70%. If the fight is stalled for any time at all, this Adam Warlock ult most likely can, and that opening pick as well, stalling out the time. Faye nearly having their ult as well. This is a hard retake to find. You're going main, you're looking for a pick on the outside. Is Med is going to take your team apart as they just did. XL0, great opening pick.
Still with the ult, but Faye's Legendary is better. Timu's down, and Vashon's taking down this Groot as well. No one else is in Faye's sight as he falls down these stairs, and maybe picks off this Luna to be DeSolo picking that up, and they're pushing back into the spawn, picking up Sue Storm just in a sec. Low health is this Sue Storm. Faye is up, taking damage, but it'll be the Adam Warlock picking up that final kill on to Namor as they fall back to point. Bibli is able to get the trade, though, onto Vashon. Good damage down with his charge, but it's still Chalkit with the advantage here as Faye picks up yet another kill. And the ults are down, supports around, dancing on this field. We're 92% here. It's about to get into overtime as the fight stalls out. Teleport is down here for Timo. He wanted to get back into the fight. And a good freeze onto DeSolo will cancel out his ult. Still 99% here. Good ult from the Groot. And Nugs will be picking up the kills they need to push back. Good res, though. Heals are around. That's 4 people res. Presspeak picking up 1 onto Vashon. And Sepso's rezzing himself as well. But we can see that the capture point has been traded over. And we're ticking up for Nugs here.
Faye's ult has to go big here, Nuxel. The only ult available, 95%.
He's
no
dead.
more res.
Faye is down, still 96% as he comes back up. He's up, legendary. Can he get what he needs? Overtime's up, 1 kill, 2 kill. Doctor Strange, you have to block this. That's 3 kills and 1 for Vashon and Reverb Fart as well, as they'll be taking down the rest of this 99% capture and potentially take this first map, unless Wolverine can do anything here.
There's a bit of a stall coming through. Overtime ticking down quite fast. Great flip. That Star-Lord ult had to go big, and it did. Crazy. Got the res off as well if you didn't have that available, Faye. Getting picked early, couldn't have done that. And now 99.99. That's what we learned to see on the first sub-map. This is going to be the indoor one. That's the lift off, the space station, not the one that I was talking about, not Eldritch Monument. I think it's called Eldritch Monument.
The Chalkit is just playing exactly what they need to here. We're seeing with the end of Season 0's tournament, how involved Adam Warlock, as well as Mantis, with that team-up ability and the Star-Lord, getting so much value with the reses. And it is exactly what Chalkit are doing here on these domination maps. And it's giving them so much value to stay in these fights, give them the sustain. But we've also got a Jeff here for the first time in OCE. I love this. I love Jeff. I think he's such a cute little guy.
No, it's just for the bubbles out of spawn. It's just for the speed buff out of spawn. Jeff's not getting played.
I'm sad.
But anyway, Strange Portal on this map is very strong. The high ground contention early, you can see the position that is provided to chalk it. With that Strange Portal, but the damage is pushing them back, Nuxel.
The Solo has ult. He's finding an angle here. Luna ult's popped early. He could have waited, but it doesn't matter. 100 charge and no heals for him. Never mind. He's up and around and playing with his health and his life. As we see the Luna defensive ult come out from Reverb Fart, trying to keep a team alive, and Vashon will be picking up the first one here as they push forward. Groot around, Low Hell's around as they take down this damage, and Namer ult is able to go down, but Faye and Vashon are picking up one again for each of them. Mantis is trying to keep up Faye, but he'll be just getting rezzed as Doctor Strange falls down, and that'll be the kills in favor of Chalkit. They've got the point, and they'll be holding it.
I don't know if I like that stall from Timu. They don't have point, so he's just ended up staggering himself longer in that situation. I feel like you just have to drop your shield and die as quickly as you can, but this portal recontest.
Both teams
Nick
have
risky
to work with. We can see Stu Storm popping it early, and Aya Agamotto in the back. Can he make it work? He doesn't have the charge to work with, though. Pick a target. He can't. He's got turning around, 360 all around, and Faye's up in the air trying to get a pick for himself. But Namor will be bubbling up, and it'll be no kills for Faye. But Bibley and Presspeak make that 3 for Bibley there. That's almost everyone down for Chalkit. Suddenly, all at the same time. Groot ult looks like was what was used to get all of those kills. Massive there to take the point back into their favor.
Sepso had the option to res and, you know, use ult to revive everybody, but chose not to. Mantis the same, cancelling that self-res. So this next team fight is going to be strong. Vashon and DeSolo. The tank ults need to go big to break this. Now more ult the same on the other side. Luna ult for the KFC manager.
Backline's open, and here comes Magneto ult. Can you feel him? Yes, you can! Bibley's down through the Luna ult. Doesn't matter. That's a one-shot through there. DeSolo is anti-healed through his own abilities, but it doesn't matter. He'll be getting healed up. Presspeak really wanted to finish that off, but she could not. And that'll be Adam Warlock rezzing himself, and DeSolo finally getting that kill. But Timu is getting a triple with his E! Vashon will be getting one, and that's the res there. Can they keep it up? The heals are good enough to keep them sustained, so the kills don't matter, unfortunately, for Nugs here. And Reverb Fart's getting 2, Faye for 1, 85% on the point, and another one for Faye here. Do they have another touch?
Nuxel, I fear they do not. 90% coming through. These Groot walls seem to be against themselves.
Zeno, he's around, he's ahead, 99%, and that is the game. Chalk it. 2-0 here for the Marvel Rivals OCE tournament. This is the upper bracket map round 2. So they have 2-0 twice in a row. And I'm
Very
sure
good.
on a bit of an adrenaline rush here. Good on ya.
I want to quickly highlight what happened in that last fight there. We have the Star-Lord ult. The Star-Lord ult from Faye comes out and is frozen mid-air by the KFC manager, who is then ulted by Timu, who gets a triple kill with his E. After that, you think, okay, the fight's over. No, Sepso reses everybody, and they flip again. That was a crazy, crazy fight. But Nukes, it looks like we're going to be trying to jump into the other winner's side.
We'll be catching round 2 for Aquamarines versus Xavier Hope. We saw them go off in the first game 2-0 on their own side for round 1. So we'll be catching the third game. So they're 1-for-1 against Xavier Hope here and Aquamarine. So this will be the last game for them before one of them goes into the losers bracket.
Okay, very nice.
And this is the Storm team that you love.
I did like the Storm Thor. I'm excited to see it. So, is that going to be Spider Islands, you say? Don't mind if I do. Oh, no.
Oh, sorry. Excuse me. It's Xavier up 1-0. It is not 1-1. So this is the second game. So it could be the win for Xavier, or it could tie it up 1-1 for Aquamarine here.
That's interesting. Aquamarine have looked very dominant in their games so far. But down 1-0. I obviously can't see what happened in that first game, but remember they did lose 1 in scrims to Basement Dwellers. Now they believe that was a domination map, and if the map stays the same, we're going back to Hell's Heaven Hydra Base again, which is another domination map, potentially looking and feeling a bit weak on those maps, but I'm not quite sure what map they played on the first game. But I'm not going to, write them off, try to take any analysis from trends that probably aren't there. It was only 1 game, and it was scrims. So
the other thing that's worth mentioning that we've seen in their games previously today, and mentioning it because this is the Winter Soldier map, is both teams that we saw in game 1, and this is Aquamarine included, valued the Rocket Raccoon and the Winter Soldier team up ability. And we saw that on Goldfree going off a lot of the time, using that just infinite ammo and sniping the people out of the sky, getting those picks. But I mean, it was usually the Storm that was getting those, but Goldfree was by no means not doing any damage to those people as well. So you can absolutely shred a tank through that, and that seems what they are valuing. So be interested to see how they've adapted and what they plan to do here in these games.
Yeah, and how they, we haven't seen, to my knowledge at least, we haven't seen Xavier's Hope, Xavier Hope at all. So how they choose to play their game, are they going to run the Storm Thor? We're going to see a brawl mirror. What is going to be the answer? Just waiting on some players to fill up the lobby. But unfortunately, Nix will no read so far. It's sad to say, sad to see. But we've been seeing some different things going on. Oh, I believe that is, I have the, nice. So we have the results here that I can see for the previous match that we just watched. Very standard. The Winter Soldier being played by Xavier Hope. Themselves looking very, very strong on that. Oink on the Strange as well. Looks like a pretty convincing win. I mean, it was 11 and a half minute game, but looked very, just from the stats, looked very hard to break through, I will say, for Aquamarine. So hopefully they can, relax, settle back into their game 2, talk about with themselves what they need to, and come out strong on the first submap. hopefully that's a Eldritch Monument that we didn't get to see.
You guys couldn't see that stats of the first game, but it was triple support, double DPS tank,
Hmm.
and
Yeah.
they ran that Adam Warlock and the Mantis and the Star Lord, as well as a Loki. Interestingly enough, which is not something that we've seen too much in OCE comp.
Yeah.
But it does so much sustain and it saves people from some big ults as well. So
I didn't quite look
trying
at the
to
bands.
the bands were there was a protect. I think the protect was Loki actually.
Nukes, I'm gonna have to hold you right there, my friend, because we're jumping in to game 1 on Hell's Heaven domination between these two teams. Aquamarine versus Xavier Hope. I'm going to pick some bands. Is there going to be change up? Potentially a Loki ban. If that's something that this team likes to play.
For everyone that's just joined us suddenly here, this is Xavier Hope versus Aquamarine. We've got Xavier Hope on blue side and Aquamarine on red. And Xavier Hope are up 1-0 so far.
A very dominant performance from just AJ's, I believe, is how I will be pronouncing that name. Oink as well, having a very strong one. The Storm ban with
And the
this
Star-Lord
as well. So no Sky characters. Get that out of here. The Hell Protect. Whew.
It's also the res, right? Star-Lord.
Yeah, you're right.
Star-Lord can go up, down, and then come back again.
Yeah.
And Luna, they want to keep these sustained heals up. They want those ults.
That's a Loki
And
band.
That's the Loki band. So I'm sure that would have just been so oppressive last game. We don't know for sure without looking at the games, but it seems they valued enough to use their ban against it.
And I believe I would assume that the Protect's left open because the Hell has also been protected. So they're happy to take that trade. Hell being able to one-shot nearly. You know, if you put any amount of burst towards the Hell as well onto a target, outside of Luna ult, that person is getting basically one shot. Now, Morbid Will, Godfrey don't look like they're opting to play this Hell, but neither so far are Xavier Hope. So potentially just going to be a later point, maybe this first sub-map. They're not wanting to play it. Nick, so there is a Jeff hover. I'm hoping that's just for the speed boost out of base, that those bubbles are forward, and it is Eldritch Monument as the first sub-map. I'm happy to see it. I love this map. Love this sub-map.
Outside of the Jeffs, I'm interested to see... Oh no, we got the Hell being picked up instead of that Spider-Man. I was getting a little bit excited. Spider-Man is not something... I don't know how many Spider-Man mens that we have in OCE, but it's not something that I've seen too much of.
No.
Outside of maybe 1 or 2 ranked games. Some people going off sometimes. Switching between this Hella and this Spider-Man, but... What are you expecting to see here?
Well, we've got the triple support coming back in. Oh, the Venom with the Spider-Man. Maybe this is going to be played right now.
Oh.
Looks like Spider-Man is getting played. Could be the Jeff bubble for the Venom. Looks like he's staying on the Jeff. The Spider-Man is going to be piloted by just AJZ. Maybe he's feeling confident. He's looking to flex out here on his Peter Parker Jeff right in the Groot. Already getting aggressive on the side of Aquamarine onto point.
I'm so glad that there's 2 Jeffs in this game. This is going to be
there
really
is.
fun. It's Spider-Man, and
Jeff map.
he is running around wanting to get some angles for his
no
combos.
touch.
Good pull there, but a push forward from that Winter Soldier will say that I don't care that I'm getting pulled because I'll push it back. Low health was that Jeff there for a second, but he'll be getting it healed back up as it is Xavier Hope taking this point and wanting to sustain this out to get as much percentage as they can.
Yeah, no contest on that touch. It's an insta-cap. Now this fight feels bad, but Morbid Will finding an opener. Could break the game open.
Good test, but Namor ult is down, getting a decent amount of stun and damage. Good pull onto the Doctor Strange. They'll be picking up 2 kills. Morbid Will and Cafune getting really, really important kills there. It's just the Spider-Man hanging around and swinging back down as Godfrey picks him up. And it is Aquamarine now taking this point as they only got 35%.
35% nuke, but for a fight that was, you know, they basically capped for free. If that cap didn't come through, That would have been a really long fight with nobody capping until finally Aquamarine were able to break open that hold and cap for themselves. So 35% pretty early on. Doesn't feel too bad. They're going to be able to get a recontest here before that reaches equal.
Notice that we don't have the Jeff anymore. It is a Cloak and Dagger, but a swallowed team. Jeff chomps up, and he's sprinting this Doctor Strange over on the edge. Does he have his shift up? Yes, he does. Potato TV will be picking up that Luna kill, and Goldfree as well. Luna getting a res, trying to sustain the fight. Oink is around, looking at this Rocket Raccoon as Luna ults on the enemy team. Psylocke is around and picking up one onto the Mantis. It's going to be Aquamarine here having the advantage and continuing out this hold. Lots of kills around, but just AJ's getting 2 for himself onto the point. 3 make that there. That's a triple kill for him, and Oink's still around playing his fight. 2 kills for him, and turn it around. It's Xavier Hope that have the point now.
Aquamarine were able to get a cap there with Hut taking Oink off the point, but Xavier just disengaged and then re-engage when Oink is back. That Spider-Man ult, massive.
What a
no
turn.
answer from the Luna ult. It had just run out. And now 60% to 50%. Fairly close, but that 60% is going to ramp up 70, 80, 90 very shortly. Aquamarine need an in here. And Oink has that ult. He's looking.
Oh, tried to stun, but Eye of Agamotto's still up. That's 4 kills for Xavier Hope. Make that 5, and 3 of them is on Oink. Bubble picking up that last one onto Kafune, and they have 85% here on the mark. Can Aquamarine get there in time? There's no teleport and no switch there. They're just running as fast as they can. 92% on the mark. Just AJ's is in their back, wanting to muck around with them. He doesn't want them on the point to hold out to overtime. Looking at this Mantis here. They're able to touch down onto this overtime, but Morbid Will's low. Hanging around, getting healed up, but Oink's getting that first pick, and just AJ's picking up one as well. 3 kills here for... Oh, good Groot! Oh, just hiding around, getting the slaps, but it doesn't matter. Bubble has his ult, and there's so many kills there for Xavier Hope, and they'll be picking up this first map here on Hell's Heaven.
I wonder if just AJ forgot that the ults transition over. I know you've done that a few times. I've been in a game where you've gone, oh, that's not the end.
Well, this is different. This is the difference between a warm-up quick play and a tournament match where you've already played 3 matches. You got to lock in, guys.
Well, that Spider-Man ult not going to be available, but I see. Swapping over to the Hell. This is why they protected the Hell. They're going to play it on this map instead, so that's why he uses the Spider-Man ult there. And Nuxel, these team fights from Xavier Hope have been very, very strong. I also want to say I'm fairly certain that Goldfrey pushed the Strange, who was ulting, into his team to get access to his own backline. Very kind of him to do. Could have potentially sacrificed himself by pushing the Strange away and just, you know, taking himself out of the fight. Maybe he could have gotten the knock up and it would have cancelled. I'm not sure if that interaction. I'm assuming that is how that works, but I would hope so. Otherwise, that's a big mistake. Portal again on this map. We saw this exact same portal last time, up to the high ground to get early onto the point. Aquamarine playing it slow.
Xavier Hope, they want this aggression. They're playing the placements for it. They'll be dropping down half-half. Just AJ's hanging around at the top, and so is this Namor. They're on the point, stunning around, doing damage, healing up. Pushing forward is this Namor. They're wanting to stop the Strange. Good damage coming out. 1 HP, and he'll be getting the first kill with his turrets. Goldfury, free. Can't speak, man. Pushed back. I am saying free. I swear I'm saying free. Morbid Will getting a good pick onto that Doctor Strange. Just AJ's. Just good snipes in return there onto that Luna. Oh, good headshot as well. Bubblecar able to finish that out there onto Morbid Will. And they'll be holding out with 30% here on this mark.
How are these names, man? Bubblecar?
I gotta get used to all the new players I'm not used to. Give me a week.
Cloak and Dagger ult. Both of them actually, I believe, on the field right now. But Potato finding another pick onto Luna. Namor ult. Force the Mantis ult.
Not picking up anything quite yet. Oink is able to get Morbid Will there in the back. Potato TV's hiding around. He wants this kill onto Goldfree. 1 HP left, and he'll take it as well as AJ's. Taking up 2, 1 onto the tank and 1 onto the backliner. They're looking at this Groot, and he doesn't have the health to play with. They're up aggressive, 62%. They want this game over as soon as it ticks to 100%. They're playing the aggression. They've got the aim to do so, as well as the heals.
As DPS go, I think that Hela and Spider-Man couldn't be possibly more different in playstyle. And I can't believe that the guy who is playing Spider-Man is your Hela player. Normally, you know, you try to play hit scan together, but Hell ult getting altered by Luna, or instantly bursted, maybe caught out.
Lives as well, though. Was able to pop out those early support ults. 2 kills there for Aquamarine as they're pushing forward. Make that 3. Potato TV is able to get 1 trade, but that is nice. 5, 6 kills there for Aquamarine as they're finally able to take point for themselves after having 94% taken for Xavier Hope.
Just a bit too creative from just AJ. You know, just wants to get active, just wants to get in there, blocked by the Groot wall, then Luna ult, then it gets bursted down, then they can't kite back fast enough. Movement speed comes in. But they do have, pardon me, they do have tools of their own to retake.
Cool and dash behind. Goldfree, good combo there as he picks up 1 onto that Doctor Strange. They've got the tempo now to push forward and be aggressive. Just AJ's getting low, a missed again there for Goldfree, but it doesn't matter because they've staggered the enemy team.
Oink got his ult cancelled there. Great pull by Goldfree. That's crucial to holding this point longer. 50% now, and that's a massive ult off the table. Not even 50%, down to 0. Morbid has his ult as well. Bubble Car and Final. Both support ults available. Oh, and Mantis. But Potato falls down early.
Morbid Will finding the angle just to get that last hit there. Goldfree and Kafune picking up 1. Having to pop that Luna ult there. But Morbid Will is just dancing around the enemy team now. 70% for them.
Looks like I won't lie. This is looking really good for Aquamarine on this second point. This second submap. TP is going to be the answer from Oink. This is the last contest. What's the fight going to look like? Namel ult. Mantis will have to go big.
Agamotto's looking here to Tam, and there it is, 4 people, 2 kills, 3 kills, not even 1 for the Doctor Strange, but a triple there for the Groot. Potato TV is picking up 1 for his team, but I don't think it's enough there. Tim Tam is finally picking up 2 for himself, and they don't have the contest here. That's 100%, and we're evening up the map score.
2-2. Going to this third sub-map. Super Soldier, Factory, like you said, Nixel, you typically see this, or you personally see this second or third, not first. Seeing it third again. Now, I want to point your attention towards something. At the end of that team fight, I saw Computerus. What a name, these names. The Luna player for, yeah, used their ult. And I was a bit confused. I saw that ult going off. I was like, why did she ult? Your Strange just altered their entire team. The reason is because both Namel and Mantis altered on the side of Xavier. Look at their ults, nothing available. Only this Hela ult that's most likely going to get blocked by Groot Walls, blocked by Strange, cancelled out by Cloak and Dagger ult, and Morbid Will on this Psylocke. That is candy. Right there for him. He's taking candy from a baby with this ultimate. This is very difficult to mess up. If someone cast a curse.
If anyone's able to make it work and find the angle there with Psylocke ult, I would say Morbid Will is that person in this game as they push forward and immediately looking at the angle is Morbid Will. Mantis keeping her eye across the sides here. Don't want to get flanked. And it is Mantis picking up the first kill onto Goldfree here. Morbid Will was caught out, but she'll be getting the kill actually onto AJ's. Doesn't matter there. Computer is in the back, chucking out the heals. And up goes Namor, but down goes 2 people for Morbid Will. Kafune as well picking up 1. And we're not even using the Psylocke ult. We're just using the Cloak and Dagger ult, and we're winning this fight.
Cloak and Dagger ult, Groot, Kafune finding that big CC Grav type ult. Psylocke, you're right. Doesn't even need to use theirs. still no support ult available for the little next bit. Cloak and Dagger and Manda's going to be the first to answer that. Morbid Will has the in here.
Good line to cancel
There it
out,
is.
But Morbid Will has found the angle, and the ult is up and down, picking up 1, 2, and Goldfree picking up the third there onto Oink. And that'll be another hold there, as they're just looking to get some more satisfaction kills. They'll be resetting anyways.
Beautiful. I mean, you're running out of time. You know, the support ults are ticking up for Xavier Hope. Now they have them, but going to be near 60-70% by the time the point can be flipped, as Computerus has their ult as well to stall out. Goldframe needs to go big with his. Hut close as well.
Forward, Oink finding that angle onto the back, but Luna is getting popped out, wanting to protect his team from the other. Tim Tam down, and that's 4 kills there for Aquamarine. Make it 5-6. And they're still holding.
Full
Ults are up for Xavier Hope, and they really need to hope that they can use them to take this back, because Aquamarine have held it so well.
Yeah, that was a huge needed ace. You see Potato TV standing still to get the reset off. That's what we like to see, but they do have ults, Nuxel. To get in, Xavier Hope need to be using these ults to double support. That's a great start with Spider-Man.
AJ's switching out to the Spider-Man and getting the first pick, but that's another one there for the Doctor Strange, but 3 there for Xavier Hope. They're using the ults that they need to get this point, and that's going to be 5 kills for them as they finally get their first tick onto the board.
A lot of time here for both teams to do what they need to do. Xavier Hope need to hold. They need to stagger their ults out to keep this hold the same way that Aquamarine did. Aquamarine just need one play and they're going for it with this portal up to the high ground.
No support ults to work with there for Xavier Hope. We've got it close for the Cloak and Dagger on Aquamarine.
For a pull.
So we have the defensive, and AJ indeed is looking for a cheeky pull here as his team fights on the point. That's Psylocke ult coming out, looking to get a pick, as well as the Cloak and Dagger. They'll be picking up 2 for Aquamarine, but 2 in return is Xavier Hope, clutching it up big and evening out the fight. Xavier Hope wanting to get a lick of anything else. Good little one-shot and 2 kills with the ult. Tim Tam is almost down as well. Trying to keep him alive is Hut there on the point. Overtime is as it's ticked over back to Aquamarine's point, but it's going to go back in favor of Xavier Hope as they hold it back from overtime.
Look, so why haven't we been seeing Spider-Man in OCE? That was beautiful what I just saw from just AJ's. Finds the triple kill. Finally get back in. That's portal down for Tim Tam. Does have his ult available, and you got to watch out for these pulls from Goldfrey. That can spell the end. Port ults for Xavier Hope. Ticking up. The same for Aquamarine, but just for Luna. What tools do they have? This Groot ult, Nuxel, coming up soon.
Just one fight they need. Aquamarine want this badly to even out the scoreline. Tim Tam looking around. He's got Eye of Agamotto. He can make this work. He's done it before, and he'll do it again. Mantis ult popped early, and that's going to be 2 kills there for Xavier Hope. Not looking good there for Tim Tam. 76% on the board. Luna ult up for Aquamarine as she's dancing around. Good group wall, but the damage isn't enough to get any picks there. Neymor's down, picking up a kill onto their Luna. She's down out of her dance, and we're at 90% here for Xavier Hope. It's not enough for Aquamarine yet. They need to punch down. They need it badly as Cloak and Dagger are on around with their ult. They've got the heals to work with. Venom's up to get to the point, and we're in OT. He's down. Just AJ's got that pull. Xavier Hope got 2 picks, and those are the picks they need. They need to clutch this out to get the win here. Computer is hiding around, but it's not enough, and that's going to be Xavier Hope picking up this map and this game. 2-0 here for round 2.
Just AJ's is different on the Spider-Man. He was great on the Hell, but his Spider-Man is so flashy. MVP from me entirely. That last kind of couple of minutes, he changes to the Spider-Man, gets a triple kill with his ult after his entire team essentially dies. And then that pull off at the end there, just beautiful. You know he's fishing for it. Eventually, he's going to have to find one, right?
That was...
But wow. Great attempt
was
from Aquamarine.
incredible and so scary there at the end. Terrifying as you saw that Groot ult and the damage that he was outputting with his wall, but they were able to sustain there with ults and clutch out the rest of that fight. That was neck
Yeah.
and neck there at the end, 99% on each side. It was anyone's game there, and Xavier Hope able to clutch out there, just had the tempo that little bit more, was able to wait out their ults, use them enough, and just AJ's able to get that pick on the gold free right at the start,
Yeah. That's a
down into
tilt
the
for
pit,
sure.
and instantly made it an uneven fight.
Guys, their Spider-Man just TikToked on me. That sucks. But yeah, we're gonna quickly jump over and look at the bracket quickly just to see what has been going on. I have it up on my screen right now. So we
look.
have Chalk It. Again, we saw that 2-0. Now Aquamarine versus Xavier Hope. Aquamarine going to be falling down to the losers bracket. So against Latvera's Legion and Nugs versus Pawn Stars on the other side. Chalk It now in the semifinals. Going to be playing up against Xavier Hope. That's going to be a very nice set to watch.
We can see here now with the bracket update. Yeah, Chalkit versus Xavier Hope. It's going to be an exciting match there for semifinals when we get around to doing that next week, but a lower bracket match. Excuse me, I just had someone talk in my ear. We're actually doing the semifinals tonight. So we're going to take a break and then go straight into Chalkit versus Xavier Hope. I am so keen to see how these teams play.
I want to see more Spider-Man.
I want to see more Spider-Man too. 2-0s so frequently, not without like a quite wholeheartedly fight on either side there, but it's going to be some fun games ahead of us.
Well, Nuxel, unfortunately for right now, the fun's going to have to wait. We'll see you guys in 5 minutes. Grab a drink, grab some popcorn. We'll see you soon.
Hello, esports fans. My name is Dicehart. First time on the stream tonight, joined here by Jay Beto. You look a little bit surprised there, Beto. What's going on, bud?
Wait, you're not Nuxel? Where did he go?
No,
What did you
I'm
do with
his
him?
older, bolder relative, Dicehart, who's here to take us into the semi-finals, Jay Beto. We've seen 3 matches tonight between the vast majority of the Oceanic Marvel Rivals region. It's been some great back-to-back sets, a lot of 2-0s. We did see a 1-0 in there somewhere. If we can have a quick look over at the bracket and take a look at the matches that have taken place tonight, we can see Chalkit have managed to push their way through that upper side of the bracket. So too have Xavier Hope and Pawn Stars were the only one who were able to force a game 3 today, and they pulled it off of Xavier Hope, who we just saw have a very dominant performance, Jay Beto.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, I'm not sure how these teams have been matching up in scrims, but I haven't personally seen Chalkit and Xavier clash yet. So, I'm not sure how those teams would have, how does Chalkit line up with Aquamarine? Is that going to be closer? But anyway, we don't have to think about it because we're going to watch it shortly.
We sure are going to watch it very, very shortly. We'll be getting into semi-finals here. For context as well, Jay Beto, I know you guys gave it a little bit of a go-ahead at the start there on what's going on, but tonight is the Marvel Rivals OCE Friday night tournaments. We're going to be doing these pretty consistently. This is our first one that we're doing, and we're covering the first couple of rounds up until the semi-finals. And then as we finish up these semi-finals next Friday, we're going to cover the best of 5 matches, which is going to be the losers semi-finals, the losers finals, and the grand finals as well. So we've got a lot of games in this tournament. Teams will be competing pretty consistently for, at the moment, Steam gift cards, which is still exciting and still something to do on a Friday night. If you're going to be playing Marvel Rivals anyway, you might as well get in and get your Steam gift card. But Jay Beto, we're seeing a lot of very competent players, a lot of competent teams, and I know from having been a part of chat earlier tonight that there's some teams and players that people are very excited for. We saw Oink absolutely going off on the Doctor Strange last game.
Yeah. I mean, his ults were great. Unfortunately, there was one that got cancelled. I feel like it's rough because you kind of on some of those ults you have to kind of pre-fire the CC that's going to be canceling them.
Yep.
Strange ult, you can kind of time it, but you really have to be switched on. Things like Psylocke ult, you just have to get lucky. You just have to get it in that perfect frame where she says the phrase.
Oh,
but
it's
then
perfection incarnate to get that, Jay Beto.
Kind of got to be lucky, but
every time I see it, I go, "There's no way you didn't just do that."
Yeah, you didn't mean to. That's what I always think. It's like, no, that's not true.
Jay Beto, you're a Lunar Snow player dealing with Psylocke. There's no way that you think that it's an accident. Surely it's on
It's
purpose
always an
every
accident.
time.
I play Luna Mantis. It's always completely by accident.
Bro's just throwing sedates out there to the best of his
Yeah,
abilities.
I see her, I shift or I right click depending on what character I'm playing, and sometimes they say the ult and I go, guys, I'm the best. Other times I miss it completely and my entire team gets wiped and I didn't have ult. So
I'll tell you from the perspective of the Doctor Strange player, it feels just truly awful. But Jay Beto, we've got 2 excellent teams lined up here for our semi-finals. We've seen them force their way through this bracket, push hard against these other teams, and it's going to be Xavier Hope versus Chalkit.
Chalkit, yes.
I took a moment there to make sure that I wasn't wrong. Someone earlier in chat pointed out that maybe Chalkit hadn't won a game while I was managing things and
They were
doing
wrong.
things. They were wrong. I was right. It's fine. But now I'm sure.
Just a bunch of this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, just a minimal amount of that. But I can tell you right now, Nugs didn't make it through. They are on that lower side of the bracket, fighting their way back up. I don't know if we've seen the last of them though, Jay Beto. There's still teams that we haven't quite seen yet. I'm keen to see Pawn Stars. I know that a lot of people are hyped up for them, and we should be able to catch them sometime next week as well. If not, they'll be in the future tournaments, so don't worry about it. But Jay Beto, hopefully we'll be getting into this game soon. What are your thoughts between these 2 teams at the moment?
Well, it's hard to say. I don't have too many. I haven't seen these 2 teams. My first thoughts are that I can see top 8, the banner top 8 on some of these players.
Yep.
For
you know what that means.
That means they placed top 8 in the recent tournament, which means they are pretty good.
That's what I've heard, Jay Beto. I would say that if you're that far up, then you're doing well.
We don't have to wait any longer. because we are jumping into our first game between these two on Shin Shibuya.
I've heard you're a big fan of
Convergence.
Shin Shibuya, J
I like both of them. Both of the Spider-Man maps. I just like how they play. Like, while we quickly get through the opening seconds here, just take a map like Ig's Guard on the push, where it's very standard. There's some high ground, but it's not crazy. You know, obviously the destruction on the second half, the second point is very unique, but it's fairly standard for a push map. On these maps, the high ground is so unique, so different.
Yeah,
But
the buildings, being able to consistently move in and out of those and through the high ground. Sorry, what's not different, Jay Beto?
The Psylocke ban is not different.
Yeah,
We've seen
I
it
had
a lot
feeling you were
tonight.
going to say that.
Yeah, the Hell ban as well from last patch. Still strong,
Jay Beto,
despite the nerfs.
that Psylocke being banned away. Oh no, never mind. Sorry, Psylocke was banned away from Faye. There, we know that Faye is a very, very competent Psylocke player. But we've also seen them tonight playing the Star Lord and had an excellent game on that. A game-winning ultimate we saw earlier on that Star Lord.
Yep.
Currently hovering that Iron Fist as well. As we see,
They're doing that all times. They did that all the games, so I'm assuming that's just for fun.
Nah, he's whipping it out in the semi. Surely, this is his chance.
I could be wrong. I believe Faye might be a girl, but I would have to double check that.
I'm not sure. And one of us is wrong now, and that's going to be really interesting to see when we get picked up on that.
Oh, well. I don't know any of these players personally. I just kind of try to tune into the Marvel Rivals Discord when I can, but catching back up, guys. Luna and Loki, both being protected here. The Bruce Banner, the Hulk ban. Very, very nice to see.
This is much more in line with what we were seeing towards the end of MRC. In the last season, where that Bruce Banner was very, very competent and very capable and something to get rid of. So seeing him banned out, not surprising at all. He's still quite strong, but Oink is going straight onto that Doctor Strange J Beto. And if there's anything that I know, it's ban it. And they haven't done that.
Ban the Doctor Strange. Get it out of here. But not today. You happy to see the Strange, huh?
I'm always happy to see a Strange J Beto, and some might say that Strange is stagnant and everybody plays him, and you only got to where you did on the ladder because you played Doctor Strange for 50
No, that's ridiculous.
games in a row, and that's not true, because if it was, I would have gotten higher on the ladder, J Beto. But we are getting into game number 1 between these two teams here. We are into the semi-finals, J Beto, between which two teams? It's Chalk It. And it is.
It's Xavier Hope. Bit of a strange name. I'm not super comfortable with that name. Like, I don't know.
Do you know what it is that keeps throwing me about their name?
Go on.
Is that it's Xavier with a Z at the start, not with an X at the start.
Oh, with an X. Yeah, you're totally right.
That's what it is. It throws me every time, and I can say Chalk It without a problem. That's spelled correctly. But here we go, J Beto pushing in out of this first point on Shin Shibuya. Oink is going to take that aggressive stance here, trying to do a little bit of damage. But as you talked about earlier, there's that high ground starting to have impact. Tater TV trying to punish that out to the best of his ability, but push down to that low ground of Vashon, holding firm on this Magneto so far.
Finding an opening XL0 onto Oink. That's going to stall the attack for a while. Your main tank, your only tank, in fact, falling down. Just going to be a stall out, a regroup, and spawn. Take it slow. Not going to burn too much time off, but the ult charge generated is. With Vashon, the only tank as well on this Magneto.
Kind of what you really need to do on this map when you're pushing out is take it slow. If you can win one fight, you're going to get this first capture point, and you're going to feel fine. Good sedate out onto Oink. Going to slow down this Doctor Strange a bit, J Beto, but not enough as this team, they're going to wrap around the left side, Chalk It, and look for an opportunity around there. Sorry, not Chalk It, that's Xavier Hope, my apologies.
Faye. Getting a bit of poke, but the sustain with this Adam, the res available as well. Very strong.
Coming out onto Oink there was just barely enough as Adam Warlock is going to provide that use of his splitting up the damage and mitigating it out a lot here as Magic going to come in behind looking for damage onto this Adam Warlock, but won't be able to get enough off. Back in on the Magic and finds one. Down goes the crucial kill on the Lunar Snow as Vashon will pick up Oink as well. He falls and more from the Magic as the solo goes in and down goes final OP. Huge picks coming out here, Jay, but that's exactly what they needed to be able to hold this point firm.
Yeah, the solo getting active. Love to see it. The magic. Haven't seen too much of that. The resets that were jumped off the map there allow for this portal play. Love to see it. Don't stagger yourself now. The high ground contest is on. Ults available for both teams. Nearly 6 per team.
You've got this Eye of Agamotto, and that's what I'm looking for, but you need to time it right, Jay. But as you just said, so many ultimates up, and you can't miss time here as Legendary does go Faye, and he's going to look for the kills, but it's counted out here by a great use of the Magneto ult from Vashon. He's going to absorb so much of that damage between both of the Legendaries coming out, as Bubblecar trying his best to heal through all of this damage. The healers, the supports on this team, for the attackers are just doing so much work, Jay Beto, but you have to be worried about this Eye of Agamotto. It's going to be counted out by the Lunar Snow ultimate. Oink does manage to find one, though, and is it enough to push through onto this point, Jay Beto?
The crucial part of that is the Luna fell off the map. Fell off that high ground. But
wow. Final OP using that Nemesis ultimate to stay on the point with this attack. Sedate coming out onto Vashon as well. Bubblecar just barely respawning on this Lunar Snow as Potato TV is going to go in, looking for some damage on the point. Adam Warlock ult will come down, but so too will Solo on this Magic. Wow. Looking for damage into the backline now, and he's managed to find himself a DPS player, but there's a Lunar Snow ultimate, and it will be enough for the attacking team to hold through for a little bit more damage. They're sticking on that point. His final OP is going to revive himself on that Mantis with the Adam Warlock team up. Holding firm is the defense right now, Jay Beto.
This Strange is going to get staggered, unfortunately. Nothing he can do. Oh, actually, the team fight is still continuing. Strange regrouping. Oink trying to get active onto the point, sorry. And Vashon falling down means that is a possibility.
Solo's down as well as Sespo's getting low, and he can't get off that ultimate in time. Might be able to self-revive himself as a 1v1 between these Star-Lords. Continues to go off, but Oink has pushed all the way through past the point while his team starts capturing. It should be enough here, Jay Beto, for Chalker to start capturing this point. Oh, sorry, for Xavier to start capturing this point, and they will be able to get it.
Those staggers right now are going to be very detrimental to the defense of Chalkit. Vashon falling, maybe, but the peel good enough from their team. Xavier Hope trying to push forward on this attack right now, getting around this corner, which we've seen so many teams do, and the opening pick onto Vashon is going to be allowing them to do that. Pushing so far back.
Is playing here, Jay Beto. Xavier have all the space in the world right now after capturing the point to be able to continue pushing through Potato TV into the backline, looking for damage onto this Magic. Won't be able to quite find the kill, but it is enough to create all the space in the world. Although that point was captured for a moment there, so it slowed down the aggression there from Xavier. Legendary, though, is Faye, and it's counted out immediately by the use of that Lunar Snow ultimate. And Potato TV also goes up into the air with his own Legendary Magneto ultimate. Will counter out some of that damage. Potato TV manages to find one. Another goes down, and the attack is working it. Xavier doing so much work in this fight, Jay Beto.
And I love to see these Winter Soldier ults. It is so fun. I don't care if it's OP. I don't care if it's, you know, strong, whatever. It's fun to hear him say that. It's so fun to see the resets again. It's terrifying sometimes. I love to see it. Maybe one more fight coming through, Dice.
It is wild.
Is available.
Says Sepso, sorry, is in the perfect position here to be able to defend his team with that ultimate on the Adam Warlock, keep them revived up, but it's all about the timing here as Xavier are pushing through further and further. They're nearly at this second checkpoint as Eye of Agamotto is available. Mantis ultimate does come down as well, so sustainability available, and this is what I was talking about. Sepso revives 3 here, Jay Beto. That's a huge play from the Adam Warlock as Eye of Agamotto comes out, but it's still inside of this Lunar Snow ultimate. No value coming down from that tank ultimate, Jay Beto. But now this is Xavier's chance to push through. Can they get an opportunity? No. Push back by Chalkit.
30 seconds left. You just heard that on the clock. Mantis ult no longer having, but the Star-Lord ult is shut down. There it is. Star-Lord not able to... Sorry, Star-Lord Faye shut down. Star-Lord ult is able to get active.
Yeah.
Potato TV.
Xavier will be able to push through that second checkpoint there as Potato TV gets into the backline. This is a great pick, Jay Beto, as down goes Reverb Fart, and final OP finds his opposing Mantis there as well. Good stagger on the healers there, Jay Beto. It's going to slow down the defense here coming out from Chalkit, and a very crucial pick coming down.
Only a minute and a half for this awarded for this last push, the second push. So now down to about a minute. You're gonna be in overtime if you need to cap this, and that's hard to do. You need multiple fight wins in a row. You don't have the time to work with to make mistakes here. If your team...
Well, Faye up into the ultimate, but does he not realize how many people are behind him? He's going to find some damage and picks up the kill on the final OP. That's a healer down as the Luna's ultimate will be forced out. It is late, though, Jay Beto as Magneto what's going to come down as well. Hopefully, in response to all of this damage, the Luna Snow ult will be able to hold for the time being, but Faye did get one kill, and that might be enough for his team to start pushing through and counter out this push. Luna Snow ult used once again here as Potato TV is up in the air above the opposing team, looking for some picks here. Faye finds two, though, as the Solo finds another, and XL0 gets the final one onto Oink. Great defense out from Chalkit. They should hold here as Potato TV chased down by Faye.
This is what I'm saying. One fight remaining. Does Oink have TP? That might be the only option to get in here. The point's close enough that they're able to touch. Does still have the TP for a last remaining recontest if that is necessary, but you don't want to be relying on that, Dice. You want to be aggressing.
Do want to be aggressing here, and this is the opportunity for ultimates available on the attacking side here as Magic will use that ultimate to solo trying to get into the backline, but it's just as Adam Warlock had provided his team with healing. Armed and dangerous, Jay Beto, as he goes in on this Winter Soldier. AJZ is doing so much work, but he's not able to find the healers. Potato TV does find one, but Setzo is going to get the self-revive off. Sedated out is Oink trying to find some damage into this opposing Doctor Strange. Vashon goes down as the ultimate coming down from the Adam Warlock. Will he fall in time? No, the Winter Soldier's not able to get the kill, but it doesn't matter. Turned around immediately. They were so low on the revive. Faye is going to self-revive himself here, but is it enough as Vashon trying to find some damage onto the Star-Lord? He can't find it, Jay Beto. Xavier are pushing so well and so hard. Can Chalkit get a touch off Jay Beto? Oh, Faye pulled out of the ultimate! Is he going to find the kill? He does manage to pick it up, but Oink is going to turn around a different kill. Point goes through from Xavier. Jay Beto. Excellent plays from both sides.
Whew. I'll take a breather there. That last fight was crazy. And overtime push does come in strong. The recontest was there. Now, again, I've said it a million times by this point. Capping at 3. You're feeling okay if your defense, if they have no time left. Oh, we could have held them, but it's okay. We've got time to work with. What's the attack plan? So far, I can see 4 support hovers. That's 3. I think that's going to be changing.
Okay.
I'm not going to talk about these teams until they start rolling out. But Dice, that was a very good hold on that the second point mostly, the third point as well for Chalkit. Now on attack, let's have a look at defense rolling out with their comp first, as you know they can't change that. Got the triple support as well, the exact same that we saw in the MRC Season 0. We've got the Star-Lord team up with the Atom, the Winter Soldier that has started to take over OCE really in my eyes, and on his Doctor Strange. I mean, it would be a crime to see him off of that. I'm sure you would agree.
Look, anyone not playing Doctor Strange is a criminal in my opinion, but...
Oh, Vashon wasn't playing, he was playing the Magneto.
Yeah, he had a Doctor Strange, it's fine. He is on this Doctor Strange now, and we are seeing the portal play potentially coming out here, Jay Beto, from Vashon. It should be spotted out, though, or at the very least, Oink should know that this is happening. The high ground in trouble immediately, though, as the freeze comes out, and Faye's immediately going to pick up Final OP there. Great pick. Final OP is playing that Mantis, so can revive here, as Vashon is going to push straight through past this point and immediately capping here. Chalk will get kill after kill as Faye finding damage into the opposing. Yes, does pick up Potato TV there on that Star-Lord. That's such a fast capture, Jay Beto.
Nice. I'm normally a advocate for trying to find what the players were thinking, and there's always a reason. Okay, maybe I just don't understand the play. I'm going to revoke that. You cannot, in this level of play, not expect the portal. That is unforgivable. It is downright disrespectful to the other team that you don't even check it and you aren't ready for it in the slightest. Deserve to lose that point this early. Now getting pushed around the corner, able to hold this straight. There's a little bit of room here to work with. A good pull.
Oh, this could be trouble here for DeSolo. We'll be able to get out and heal up nicely there. this Winter Soldier is a threat, Jay Beto. We've seen him on this Spider-Man, now we're seeing him on the Pentakill, the Hexakill king of the game, and creating opportunities for his team. However, Chalk pushing through comfortably for the time being. Xavier have to find opportunities, but losing team members are they, as 2 goes down. DeSolo will fall, though, on his dive as Vashon, still creating space, and will be able to find one. Picks off Oink there, great play for this Doctor Strange, and that's going to create enough space, Jay, but they might be able to get to this checkpoint in time, but I would expect a touch here with the ultimates available.
It's a lot of time generated right now to break through this last point. AJZ into the backline, but it's cancelled out immediately.
So much damage, and that Eye of Agamotto did work as well. Attacking team pushing through here. As sedated out is that Adam Warlock. They're nearly touching the floor. They nearly got the point through into the back here, but Legendary counted out immediately by this use of the Lunar Star. Ultimate successful fight for it so far from Xavier as Oink picks up 1 and Potato will get 2.
There
Reviving is XL0 born again, but is it positioned right, Jay Beto, or could this be punished down? Faye is immediately respawned for his team here. Defending well right now are Xavier, Jay Beto, and they've managed to find 3 more kills. It's an excellent fight inside of the Lunar Soul Ultimate as down goes this Doctor Strange as well. Just AJZ will be credited with that kill. Great defense. Respecting this time, Jay Beto, the opposition here, and respecting how Chalk have been playing as Sethbo does fall.
Big stagger, another 15-20 seconds before they're going to be able to regroup back up.
Yep.
But yeah, that ult, the Adam Warlock revive could have been what Chalk it needed. Wasn't able to, I feel like maybe not timed correctly, not spaced correctly.
Oh god. Potato TV just removes Faye from the map. Great positioning and good target selection to be able to take down that opposing Star-Lord, who's been such a threat this game, as just AJZ pushes him further and does find a DeSolo. XL0 goes down 2, and now Jay Beto Chalk are being pushed back to their respawn point. It's a hard position to be in. They need to regroup here. They've got 3 ultimates up, but they just can't get back to the point to use them.
Portal in. 5 just continue.
Oh, good shield there from Oink to hold off all of that damage as Sezpo's immediately punished out there by Potato TV. Vashon trying to push through and find value here will be healed through that portal, but XL0 can't heal everybody, and it's just such a hard point to push onto here, Jay Beto. Potato TV will find Vashon. How did Chalk push through right now against Xavier's value and consistency?
Xavier still have these ults in spades available. 2 support ults. Got Winter Soldier ult. Oink has his Eye of Agamotto as well. But double supports for Chalk it. Got to cancel out some of the aggression. That might be the end.
I want to see these
Potato's
staggered well and timed perfectly, Jay Beto, but you're right, Potato is having a crazy game as Mantis Ultimate will be used for shot into the backline with a huge Eye of Agamotto! They find 2 immediately. Oink turning it around though will pick up XL0, and that's a great pick to get inside of that Ultimate, but immediately reviving so many members here because of the team up there with the Adam Warlock. Faye will be captured here as Faye finds 2, and Vashon will be able to get another one. It's another great defense. Faye does all the damage and finds kill after kill. Quadra for the Star-Lord.
That's going to finally break through this defense, allow them to push. But that's only going to get another minute and a half. These stalls, these staggers need to come through here. Luna might be able to touch.
Roll. Are they going to be able to get the touch off? They will. Great Luna Snow Ultimate as Legendary will come out, and these supports don't have protection to keep themselves alive through this damage. In goes just AJZ, and he's going to be able to find value on the Winter Soldier. 1 kill again. Double kill for the Winter Soldier. Looking for another 1 triple. Faye gets a quadra, but just AJZ gets even more value. Born again though, Jay Beto as Sezpo. He's trying to find value, but he goes down. Was that a quadra as well for the Winter Soldier?
Sepso, that ult. Oh, and the staggers are still coming through to Solo. Down 50 seconds on the clock.
That's a crazy defense. Another stagger, Jay Beto. Vashon is gone, and Oink will find more double kill here for the Doctor Strange. Pushed all the way back, Jay Beto, into their base. That was so close. It was like 2 meters, not even that. The Lunar Snow ult touch was perfect, and then the double dive between Potato and Just AJZ was perfect.
Portal is available. Oink, if he wants to get creative. Vashon coming up on Eye of Agamotto to match Oink's Oink already finding Sepso, no revive available.
Eye of Agamotto into the backline from Oink and immediately picked off there with the help of Potato TV. Oink doing so much work as they are undefeatable with that Mantis ultimate. Bubble card does go down. A good push so far from its Chalk as Vashon finds 2 great plays from the Doctor Strange to be able to hold on this point. They're in overtime, J-Beto, but they're not done just yet. Turned around on as this time it's final OP who's undefeatable. Faye pushed all the way back off the point here, trying to touch desperately right now. Chalk as Potato TV finds another kill. XL0 has to self-revive, and so too does Faye, still in overtime as Legendary once again, and this time inside of a Lunaso ult for defensive purposes as well. Faye finds a double kill and he's looking for more, trying to pick off Oink, but he's inside of the shield here for this Doctor Strange, still finding value with Faye as he picks off another one, looking for more on the Star-Lord. J-Beto, I didn't think they could come back. It's another touch though from Xavier as the Lunar ult on the last moment touches one more time.
Reverb's fart falling down. Potato TV getting another. Just AJ's. And Bubblecup finally, the fight ends.
Wow, J-Beto. It was play after play back and forth from these teams. Consistent value from every single player. But it came down to, honestly, the Lunar Snow touches.
Yeah, I mean, you can see why some teams choose to ban Lunar Snow. And we all know Lunar Snow ult, it's a bit strong. It's 12 seconds of, unless you're extremely coordinated or have something to insta-kill someone, it's 12 seconds of immortality for your entire team.
It is.
So
J-Beto, let's talk about it. Let's talk about these Star-Lords, because Potato TV went 52-7 with 29 final hits. That is insane. That's
pretty good
value. We also saw Faye go 33-16. That's not quite as good, but had 19 final hits and still got a lot of value on that Star-Lord. What is going on? Why is he so strong right now? Is it
I think that, have a look at the bans on it. Hell banned. That's a majority of your, taking out of the sky hit scan potential. I mean, you can play Punisher. Is it really good enough? Probably not. Hell is really your only option for strong hit scan damage that's going to take out some of these fives. When Hell's banned and the team up with Star-Lord, you kind of can't stop him from doing whatever he wants to, especially pardon me, especially the iframes, the vulnerability frames, and the right click dash.
Yep.
The reload, the amount of damage that can, I mean, it's not like a one-shot damage in the ult, but it is very fast, very consistent. So hard to cancel out that ult if you don't have a support ult. And even still, it does enough damage that if you can combine that with your team's focusing down one target, let's say if it's a Mantis ult, you can probably kill through that if there's a Doctor Strange charged up E at the same time. And these teams are coordinated.
You can kill through Lunar Snow ultimate if you're coordinating like that with a Star-Lord ultimate and with good burst damage on top of it, J-Beto. But that was an exciting game to be able to watch. I'm glad we got to see these two teams fighting it out or duking it out in the semi-finals. They're really looking for their opportunity to get into the grand finals. Now, we will be getting into game 2 shortly. This is a best of 3 like the earlier games all were, J-Beto. But even if one of these teams is eventually going to lose, but that's not the end of it for them. This is a double elimination tournament, which means
they're winner's bracket.
This is the winner's bracket side, exactly. The team that doesn't make it through here will have an opportunity to push back through the loser's side, and it could be chalk it here, but I don't know if it will be. They stood up an incredible game against Xavier there. I think don't let the scores convince anybody that was a comfortable game for Xavier. I think they were really having to work to put chalk it down there.
I think that it's something to say about that game. Yeah, okay, it was 3-2. But that 2, I mean, I'm fairly certain I saw 1 meter, but 1 meter remaining until that Lunar Snow ult touched. If that was
nothing.
Any time slower, if the cart was 1 meter in front from before getting pushed, that goes to 3, and we potentially see rounds 4, rounds 5, etc.
True.
So
That's
very close.
True.
Sometimes it is just hard to break the defense when they're on a roll, when the ultimate economy is too good. But so we're going to get into a very brutal map. One of the more testing maps in my eyes, probably the most testing map so far, is Clintar's Symbiotic Surface. I recently just watched the Venom movies for the first time.
Oh, did you enjoy them?
Yeah, I like what's his name? The actor,
Mm.
Tom Hardy. Love Tom
Some,
Hardy.
yeah.
He definitely carries that movie for sure. The Venom is funny. I like it being portrayed as more of a human than just a monster.
Yeah,
But
he's characterized well, I think.
yeah, back to the games.
Please.
I'm interested to see, is Strange going to be banned in this? You know, obviously Oink playing the Strange quite a lot. He seems very comfortable on the Strange. I would be okay with a ban towards Strange, especially on this map where the portals, especially on attack, can be very creative. I mean, we saw what teams were doing in the MRC. If you haven't,
We did.
please go watch that VOD of ours. The Strange portals on this map specifically, I believe that was game 7 of the finals on this
Right
map.
at the end. Best
Blocking
of
off
7,
high
game 7.
ground. It was crazy what they were doing with Strange on this map. I would be okay with it being banned, but I mean, I'm also okay watching as a spectator rather than a player. But from player perspective, what do you think?
I think, Joe Beto, that first of all, from the spectating perspective, we saw not enough respect coming out from um, Xavier last game towards the Strange Portal on that high ground. They immediately got punished out for it. This game, I'm expecting if Oink is allowed to have this Doctor Strange, uh, and if whether they're on the attack or the defense, we're going to see portals either way. You need to be playing for the counter portal. You need to be playing for the vision, especially on symbiotic surface where there's a big corner around the before you're able to see the point, before that choke point. You have no idea what they're doing. You can't hear it or anything. So not having that portal out is not a great idea. Or potentially there are things that you can do. You can get you can get the Spider-Man, for example. You can get deep into the back line quickly and be able to spot it out and know whether or not Strange is portaling. So there's options there, Jay, but it's very strong, the Strange portal here, but it can be counted out well.
Thus, we are launching into picks and bans. All of our questions are going to be answered shortly in these picks and bans, and then shortly after the opening fights. Ban number 1, Psylocke. Not changing anything too crazy. Not wanting that flank potential, the ult to deal with Hela. Sticking to the same ban so far, potentially going to be seeing just a Strange Protect. The Magic Protect to solo.
Wow.
Looked really, really strong on that.
Wouldn't be surprised to see Oink here or Xavier here protecting this Doctor Strange for Oink. I would be surprised to see the Star-Lord protected. I was about to say that it wouldn't be too surprising, but considering Faye has been pretty comfortable on it, so has Potato, I don't necessarily think that it's going to be protected here, and nor do I think it'll be banned from either team.
Star-Lord Protect. Now,
I was absolutely wrong. Never mind.
Yeah, I've said this before when we watched the MRC matches. The Sky characters, the flying Iron Man / Star-Lord, very, very potent on this map specifically. The Hulk and the Adam Warlock band. So this is going to limit the Star-Lord's potential, and not only limit the Star-Lord's potential, but it's going to limit the backline.
Mm-hmm.
How tanky can they be? No more reses, no more team-wide reses with the passive and the ults coming through.
True.
So Loki might be the option.
Those passive those passive reses for the Star-Lord, for the Mantis, and of course for the Adam Warlock himself were really impactful last game, Jay, and they have been kind of all night impactful, especially when we're seeing Potato TV and Faye having such good games on the Star-Lord. Seeing that they're not going to be able to come back to life all of a sudden, very, very scary for them. But on both sides, Vishon and Oink, they're on this Doctor Strange. I'm hoping that we see Vishon. He gets to the point and immediately throws out a portal, starts portaling so he can keep an eye on what his opposition is doing. You need to know what Oink is going to do here.
I mean, that's just a mistake that can't be making in these games. Obviously, this isn't the most stakes, I will say. It is still friendly, still, having fun. But the MRC Season 1, which is kind of technically Season 2 if you think about it. Season 0 was the first one.
Mm-hmm.
Issue 2 coming out, and you got to be brushing up on those plays. Can't be letting those through, but already see a difference here. The Strange Portal's being watched.
Right.
Oink not opting for something any crazy. Vashon Oh, gonna open behind for some poke.
Oh, turned around and frozen immediately is Vashon, but that's the best person to have frozen there, to be honest with you, as other people are able to do DPS right through the back of him. Oink is going to step up on this Doctor Strange towards the point, not getting a lot of healing here, as this Spider-Man going to push around the right side and maybe find some damage alongside Potato TV. Will they spot someone else? Yes, they will. Damage immediately off onto this Star-Lord, although Faye is going to survive. Oh, sorry. Yes, Faye will be able to survive all of that damage. It's final OP, pumping out heals alongside all of the rest of the supports here. Just AJZ on this Spider-Man will get into the backline looking for this Loki. A little bit of damage will come out, but immediately self-healing there and turning the damage around onto the Spider-Man. We'll be able to find that first blood there is Reverb, but that's a great pick for how deep the Spider-Man was going, and I love this Loki being played to counter it out as Faye trying to trade off with Potato TV on this Star-Lord in the air. Jay Beto, who is going to get the next pick? Where is it? It could be to Solo as he dives into the backline.
Oh, 2 picks right now. Wow. Wait. Yo, Xavier just absolutely broke through.
Yeah, Xavier just got such a comfortable fight there. Oink was able to get into the backline. He finds another kill, one after the other. Do fall its Chalk's team members. We didn't see exactly what happened there. I have a feeling, given the kill feed, that it was Oink just able to create so much space for his team.
Oink with that opener. Typically in games like this, as soon as that one kill happens, it's just kill, 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 kill. It's like a domino of kills. So once that first one breaks, the entire team falls apart. Oink, testing his high ground. Perfect. Positioning from him. Vashon not going to let that go unpunished.
We can see that the high ground is being utilized to its fullest extent as Just AJZ trying to punish out Faye here, flying around, won't be able to get just barely enough damage off there. As he's going to push back to the point. Vashon goes down to this Loki. That's a great pick, but countered out immediately as the Solo gets one. Faye gets another one. Great damage coming out from the DPS players here, taking advantage of perhaps the healers not being aware enough. Spider-Man ult into the backline. Will he be able to find him? Yes, he will. It's a double kill immediately as the Loki finds a third. He was able to punish out the healers so well, Jay Beto. Looking for more now, trying to damage out this more. Triple kill for Just AJZ. Will he be able to find more on the Spider-Man? Has he found enough? The value, Jay Beto. It's so hard for Chalk to touch now.
Well, a little zone out. Use of the map. Nice. When Spider-Man, when Just AJZ ulted there, triple support ults were up, and they chose to let him kill them all, but now Faye out.
Eye of Agamotto. Faye finds one and another as the ultimate from this Lunar Snow will be popped. Eye of Agamotto one more time into the back line, but it's inside of a Lunar Snow. Oink not able to find value for his team here. They're down one, Jay Beto, as more Lunar Snow ults are being popped. We've got the Lokis and the Mantises everywhere, which means that support off the support ult will be popped. Namor ult is available though, and I'm expecting it to come out potentially. No, Faye finds 2. The value from the Star-Lord. Will Oink fall? He does triple kill for Faye, and they push out, holding firm. It's Chalk on the last little bit of that checkpoint, Jay Beto.
I think Faye heard what you said about their Star-Lord last game. Not as good? No way. That was a triple kill into the fight win, but getting picked off early here. Might have just cast the curse.
Yeah, he did get traded off there. This is a nice position.
Stall out.
Honestly, Jay Beto, despite the fact that Chalk are so far... Never mind. AJZ is just spawning immediately and fired off that ultimate. Manages to get 1 kill of Potato TV. Will trade off Faye on that Star-Lord immediately. They're capping that point and pushing it through to the last little bit of the checkpoint. Another kill goes down to Just AJZ. Looking for more. They will get that second checkpoint, Jay Beto. 4 minutes on the clock still.
I mean, this is completely different.
He's in, Jay Beto. He's looking for healers, and he will find one. Trade it out immediately, but you're happy with that trade.
Yeah, you are. Lots of this push. Again, out of the choke. Potato still getting these picks. Sepso falling down, taking the Star-Lord 1v1. Faye has ult again. That would be a pretty funny solo ult just to win the Star-Lord 1v1. Just an ego check real quick. Get out of my zone.
Get out of my rank lobbies.
Completely different from what we saw on the first convergence map. 3 minutes remaining.
Agamotto available, Jay Beto. We might be able to get into the backline, but he has to wait out all of this Loki healing, and he has to be aware of whether or not the opposing support ultimates are up, as we're going to see. Cloak and Dagger will use that ultimate. Faye up in the air, just not able to get off any damage inside of the Cloak and Dagger ult, Jay Beto. Instead, he's getting poked down himself. Did he fall there? No, just barely alive. Potato TV will respawn as Vashon trying to push forward with the Eye of Agamotto, looking for a position here into the backline. Blocked out perfectly by Oink, as Nomura won't find any value either. Lunar Snow Snow ultimate used too is going to allow Xavier to push through on this point and prevent its Chalk from finding any more value in this fight. Oink has the Eye of Agamotto as well, trying to find his way into the backline. It's missing, but as well, ultimate will be popped here inside of another Lunar Snow ultimate. It's support after support ult used to push through the final bit of this point. On the defense it's Chalk, and they're struggling as Oink is going to find a huge Agamotto into the backline, but a great use of the Loki healing to avoid some of that damage as Bubblecard does go down there. Oink in a little bit of trouble, surrounded by so many people, but he's not worried. He's pushing for the DPS. Sespo will pick him off though.
Oink ulting there. Sorry, not Oink. Vashon ulting there. I think maybe a bit too excited on that ult. You had basically already won the fight. They were backing out, trying to recontest. I know that you're able to get the staggers off, but it's a big cooldown. I mean, your last one was reset to 50. You know, so you're able to get that pretty early on, but now you're down in the strange ult economy. And you already won that fight. Just AJZ just kind of, I guess, ego checking everybody.
Oink is looking for something here, has to build up that ultimate quite quickly. Already at 63%, that's a good position to be in. Vashon's only at 38 despite using his ult a lot more recently. Into the backline does go Just AJZ looking for damage with that ultimate. Will be able to pick off one, and it's a healer as well. XL0 already down. The more ultimate used here as the solo will find one, and Faye, legendary, finds a double kill as Just AJZ goes down. Still trying to find damage, but the Cloak and Dagger ult has been used here. Vashon falling low on this Doctor Strange, has to push immediately back to his Lunar Snow, but does go down as this Loki finds a double kill. Oink straight back onto the point, has his ultimate. The Eye of Agamotto is open. Faye picks off one. Oink low health, full health on the point, but this Cloak and Dagger not long for this world as Solo finds final OP there. Oink now being targeted out here by its Chalk, will fall lower and lower, being healed up immediately though by Bubblecard. Still holding firm for Oink with all of this healing. Potato finds one and AJZ finds the second. Vashon left alone in the front line here, has to get back and touch that point before it's pushed through. 3 meters left. Vashon goes down to Oink, J Beto, as Lunar Snow ultimate is used. And it's a hard point that Xavier have pushed through. Its Chalk have a lot of work on their hands.
That was a massive hold, though. Nearly 4 minutes on that last, on third point. Now getting that down to 45 seconds. Good hold from Chalked It right now. From Chalk It. Sorry. Yeah, the attack, you're absolutely right. What is the attack strategy this time?
6 portal plays?
The opening was great. On the last convergence map, the 6 portal plays were strong, but then the second point they were held so long, nearly 5 minutes, I believe it was, and they were able to cap.
Let's look at it, Jay Beto. We know that Vashon had a really unfortunately timed use of the Eye of Agamotto on that defensive point, and they still managed to hold really, really well despite that. I think that if given the ultimates that Chalk have available to them and the ability to stagger these out intelligently, I think they could have held there potentially and could have potentially stopped that that third checkpoint from coming through. What I really want to see then is, you're right, they maybe got a little bit too excited. Calm down a little bit, take your time. Communicate these ultimates a little bit differently, and you can punish out the way and the aggression coming out from Xavier.
Auto play is not available at the moment, Dice. Vashon on attack, not opting for the Strange. Is this a mistake? Well, yet to find out. Magneto might be what they need.
Always a portal play available. You just have to dig deep to find it.
You just have to
surely
dig back in the spawn and change.
As Vashon is going to push through on this Magneto, aware that there's people around on his right there, but still managing to get close to touching the point, has to throw out that shield and bubble himself immediately for the healing to come down for him here. Faye in a little bit of trouble, but Just AJZ does go down to the solo though. That's a great pick here, not having that backline dive, and it takes him a while to get back quite potentially as Faye still looking for a 1v1 there, but Namor is doing so much work. Down goes a Loki clone there, as this Namor has to heal up quite quickly. The solo though, he can get some damage off into the backline here as the shot is creating a lot of space, but holding firm for the time being are Xavier, as Oink is going to get a kill, and Just AJZ into the backline swings a little bit too far off though, the J Beto. Oh, they don't know. They haven't turned around to deal with him. He's on the healers. He's doing so much damage to them, but he goes down. Vashon will be able to pick him up. That's another kill onto this Spider-Man, J Beto. That's huge.
Is it anything? They picked Spider-Man earlier, and they weren't able to get in. This Cloak and Dagger ult most likely going to allow them to walk on a point aggressively, and that is What is happening? Strange falling low.
Counted out here by this Loki ultimate, very likely to use it for a Lunar Snow ult in just a moment. As Potato TV does find Faye though, that's a great pick here. Grand finale time as DeSolo is trying to find some damage. Just AJZ on this Spider-Man. He's going to get into the backline as Magneto ultimate will be used, and it falls straight into Oink's shield there. Great use of the Doctor Strange to protect from that huge damage. Legendary as Agamotto into the backline, but a good use of the Lunar Snow ultimate to counteract all the damage. Faye in trouble, and Potato TV will be able to find it. More and more kills for its chalk, Jay Beto. Double for Potato TV, and it's a great hold on the point, acing out. Triple kill for Oink as well.
Xavier holding strong right now. Chalk it can't get in.
No.
Hello?
Okay,
Oh,
all
good. Was a bit worried about that, but now
Easy.
Dice, twice they picked just AJZ, and twice they haven't been able to follow up on being +1. Oh,
Yeah, I almost think, Jay Beto, that AJZ is acting as a distraction in the backline. He's trying to force resources to be used, which is sometimes the definition of what it is to be a diver, but often that's kind of what you want your tank to be doing, is forcing resources. But because these resources are being used, it's so hard to push in here. But Faye disagrees wholeheartedly. Legendary once again now trying to punish out AJZ on his aggressive positioning on this Spider-Man, but won't be able to find him. DeSolo is going to push through with the rest of his team as that Lunar Snow ultimate was used one more time. AJZ into the backline will find the ultimate, finds two immediately. DeSolo does counteract one of those kills, but this Spider-Man's already gone too big, too fast, Jay Beto, and with these healers starting to be punished, it's a triple kill for the Spider-Man. Faye trying to take the 1v1. Just AJZ will be able to find some damage up in the air. Can he find one more hit? Oh, they're both so low. The 1v1 of the Sentry, and AJZ pushes away from it, but it's already so much value that he's gotten on that Spider-Man play.
Dice again. AJZ ults the backline against two support ults. Maybe they weren't up when he ulted. Maybe they just quite weren't there and both ticked over. But that is either some ridiculous stroke of unfortunate luck, or there is some team coordination missing. That ult needs to be cancelled.
What did I say was going to win this game, Jay Beto?
Well, we'll find out.
The
Strange
Solo
portal into the back.
now playing this Doctor Strange. They are putting on a show. Immediately on the point is the defensive Lunar Snow ultimate. Vashon trying to find a block there on this Eye of Agamotto, but Oink is able to find XL0. Healer down already and still looking for more value as a Lunar Snow ultimate in return does come down. Magneto will use his ult, but blocked again by Oink. Great value there on this Doctor Strange consistently as DeSolo finds two. This is exactly what they were looking for off the back of the spicy portal play. Faye is doing so much damage with the ultimate on the Star-Lord. He's going to dive down and look for another healer here. In trouble is this Lunar Snow as Vashon is pushing through for kills onto AJZ, and he's going to shield out this Spider-Man, prevent him from getting up to the point. We'll be able to get the pick. Jay Beto, it's a dream story for Chalk as they finally get the point in overtime.
Maybe you're correct, guys. Maybe all they needed was a spicy portal play the whole time. Now pushing out onto this first stretch of the push, trying to contest that high ground, the same we saw on the other side. The Invisible Woman is going to be very strong at helping this Star-Lord in duels. Now there's only one DPS left, but alls they do, the shield was down and the healing is not there.
Oh, AJ into the back line again, looking for damage. We'll be able to find a lot of it onto the healers, but not able to get onto any of those kills just yet. There's the kill that he was looking for, supported in there by Potato TV on that Star-Lord. Has his ultimate available as well, as Oink is going to push up onto the Solo there. The shield the bubble will come down as well for this Doctor Strange, as AJ is going to get himself out of trouble. This is a great hold here already for Xavier, Jay Beto.
And just AJZ, he gets his ult so often, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
He seems to always be getting value with them as well as Star-Lord Faye trying to get in.
Oh,
Just AJZ finding another pick.
healer. It's so important as Eye of Agamotto has popped into the back line, not finding too much value, but Potato will find it for him. Picks up 2 kills immediately as Vashon goes down and Oink finds another one to Solo. Will fall and a triple kill for the Star-Lord. Potato TV cannot be stopped tonight.
These DPS, Dice. These DPS for Xavier are built different, to be completely honest with you. A bit of a difference in the comp. They're playing double DPS, 1 tank with the triple support, as opposed to the double tank. And that was close.
Solo
Agamotto for the Solo.
He has that Eye of Agamotto, as we just said, might be able to find it into the back line here. He's going to float up in the air and wait out this Loki healing as Miss Invisible will throw down her ultimate there. In trouble with the solo when he hasn't had a chance to ult, as the Lunar Star ultimate will come down and AJ finds one. Magneto will fire off his own ult, but won't be able to find too much value. Cloak and Dagger trying to heal up his team as AJ picks up Faye, and Vashon is left alone in the front line. Jay Beto, it's a struggle here for Chalk, as holding firm as Xavier, and AJ picks up another one. Final OP credited with it. He's got his ultimate again, and he's going to pick up another healer, pushing through him and looking for more. Straight towards the base here, Jay Beto. Where do his Chalk go? Portal is out as legendary from Faye, but it's blocked out by the Strange. Faye gets one, and Potato TV counters that immediately. Lunar Snowwald's on the point, back and forth. Potato in the air, trying to find Vashon. They're touching Jay Beto, but 2 seconds left on the clock. Will they be able to push it far enough? The solo ult in the back line. Aya Agamotto blocked out by the Strange. Oink will get his own off, and it's huge. Jay Beto, the push is good. The solo, he's able to find 2 though, as Faye gets into the front line and picks off more and more with this Star-Lord. They're on the point, but they go down to Potato TV. It's so back and forth, Jay Beto. AJ wants to get in here as the point is finally being pushed out. He's found a healer.
Luna falling down, but they're still pushing. His overtime is ticking down shortly. By the time they get to the end of this stretch,
Oink is
time is going to be
his
up.
Team in Jay Beto. He's got the shield available here, as well as Faye is pushing into the back line, but he doesn't realize that Oink is ready for him. Immediately falls. That's such a huge pick, Jay Beto.
Spider-Man just continues to find value, almost built up to another ult, 60% for him. Double cut as well.
Healer there. This is exactly what Xavier want. AJ pushing in on this Magneto, and he will go down. This Spider-Man is huge, and he's gonna win them the game and the set.
2, 3.
Whew.
Xavier,
Man,
do
this
it,
guy.
Beto.
I understand why Spider-Man was banned, because I don't want to see, if I'm against him, I don't want to see him on it ever again. They had no answer for it. He was all over them. I mean, yeah, of course. Oink as well with the MVP here.
Oh, yeah. Looking great. I'm surprised that the game gave him the MVP there. I thought that it was looking really, really in favor of
No, I'm not.
AJ
Look at that damage.
39.9.
What?
Wow. 30,000 damage done, 50,000 blocked. Never mind. I'm not surprised anymore. Oink popped off on the Strange.
Spider-Man getting last hits, 24, 23 for Potato as well. But really just going in, one-shotting. That's really like, you know, if it's a one-shot, 250, 275 damage. Strange is fighting 2 tanks at once, holding his ground, just building his ult as much as possible. You know, sometimes high damage that means doesn't really mean much. Obviously, 31 elims tells a different story, but 13 final hits, you're a bit worried. But with Strange, you're building that ult so quickly, you're holding back both tanks from being aggressive. And that was really the story of this game, of this specific map, at least from me, where Chalk it would get a pick onto just AJZ, and they, with double tank and a pick down, they aren't able, for some reason, whether it's, you know, just a communication and like a execution, or whether Xavier were just playing back so well, they weren't able to get in down or up 1 and with 2 tanks against 1. Weren't able to overpower him. The supports just too, the healing coming in too strong, the utility. I mean, they looked so good. Xavier looked so good. I'm very keen to see them in the finals.
Well, that was an exciting night of games back and forth for the Oceanic Marvel Rivals community, Jay Beto. We've seen the start of our Friday night tournaments with some standout games, and it all culminated, if we can have a quick look over at the bracket, in Chalkit versus Xavier Hope, coming out in a 2-0 victory to get themselves into the finals. But Jay Beto, this tournament's not over yet. It's going to pick up on next Friday, same time, same place, as we'll be seeing who can make their way through the losers bracket, whether or not Chalkit will come up against Xavier Hope again in the grand finals, or if a different team on that losers bracket side will be able to push themselves through as well. Jay Beto, it's been a great night. Any shout outs from you before I let us go?
Shout out my boy Nuke Ninja. Thank you as always for cameraing, running the production on the side of things, talking in our ears sometimes, telling jokes to distract us. But yeah, that's mine. You can do all the others.
Of course, big shout out to Nukesel, who was the shoutcaster on just before I am, the less old and less bold version of me. Did a great job casting those first few games and picking up my slack. Big shout out as well to Redacted and Gangster Sexy. All the work that you see on the screen right now is because of their graphic design and stream setup work. So well done to both of them. Big shout out to the community for joining us tonight. We had some great viewership and a lot of support. So thank you very much. We'll see you in the next one.